Hi everybody, how you doing? Happy Wednesday. Hi Uncle L, Gigi, how are you? Good to see you. Hi BP, how are you? Hi everybody. Oops, sorry. Give me 1 second, let me turn this down. Okay, great. I hope everybody's having a good day. 589 likes. Thank you, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Hi Deborah, what's going on? Yep, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I'm just waiting for a few more people. Okay, that was the reporter. I'm just waiting for him to pull over. But hi, Urban Garden Chronicles. How are you? It's a lot going on in Mississippi. Hey, BP, how you doing? Right, Deborah? I think we all working. I was watching. Hi, Miss V. Good to see you. How are you? Thanks for coming through, everybody. I appreciate y'all. I was watching Le Farmer late last night, and he was talking about a water problem that he was having, and he was talking about an alert for boiled water, and I never really had to deal with that, so I looked it up. Hi, Neek, how are you? I don't think I ever saw you before, but thank you. Welcome. Thank you for coming through. And a boiled water, does anybody know what that is? If you do, just put a 1 in the comments. I didn't know what that was, but I looked it up and I was like, okay. And I realized it's actually going on in a couple counties where I'm at. Not mine per se, but that's close enough for me. Right. See, you guys knew. That's great. It's a good thing about listening to people and just doing your own homework. Thank you, Neek. To Angry Pepper, I said thank you. I just dropped a link in case until the reporter comes through. He was doing a report, but he's pulling over. Hi PTOB, how you doing? So, and good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Hi Frostbite, good to see you. How you doing? So boil water, you can't use the water at all. They send out an alert. They let you know that you can't brush your teeth. You can take a bath, which to me, I don't get it, but anyway. You shouldn't wash your plates with it, your dishes, even though they said you can. From what I understand, you shouldn't. And these residents are using bottled water. Now they're saying it's been a month that it's been on, but it's been going on for quite a while intermittently. I can never say that word, but at the end of the day. Hi Cherie J, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming through. These are families that's living just on bottled water. From my understanding, the stores are only allowing the family to get 3 cases of 24-ounce water, which roughly should be like 6 gallons of water. That is to cook, brush your teeth, take all your hygiene stuff, and maintain. So if you have over a family of 4, what is it, a gallon per day per person? That's crazy. So when we're talking about making sure you have your water, making sure you have stuff or items to clean your water, this is a classic case. It's like right in front of us, and I hope that we're paying attention because that can happen to anybody. Now, this particular place, Jackson, Mississippi, is predominantly 87% African American. It's 17% Caucasian, and the other percentage is a mixture of different things. So, with that being said, they started having the issue where their taxes and businesses were leaving once integration started. And a lot of the Caucasian families were moving out. Whilst they were moving out, they were taking the business. So that particular area started taking a hit. Your tax bracket goes down, and we all know they're not going to go into areas that they deem less desirable. That doesn't mean that humans should not be afforded a basic necessity as water. Right, Urban, 6 gallons is not a lot. Hi, Marie Finnegan. The contractor back conversation over paying gave. Oh, yeah, I laugh. Me? I did that? It's been a while. I've been all over the place. I can't even remember. But thank you. Hi, Ghetto. Good to see you. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Garrett on one. How are you? Much love to you too. So, hi, $2. How are you? If it can happen there, it can happen anywhere. I went to Hi T Washington. Yes, we should all be stocking up on isopropyl alcohol too. Yes. Be with it during Katrina. I was clean as also. Thank you. Great tip. Absolutely. That's the reporter. Give me 1 second. Okay. I forgot what I was saying. But anyway, please make sure that you guys are going out there, getting some water, getting some items to clean up. Another thing that they needed to get was paper goods, which was paper plates, because they can't wash their dishes. They can't brush their teeth with it, but they can take a whole bath in that water. I'm trying to understand what's going on here. Not only that, this contaminated water, people still have a water bill that they have to pay for water that they cannot use. Hi, True Butter. Good to see you. How are you? Insane. Families are buying as much water as they can on top of paying a water bill. How does that even make sense to anybody? Hey, Erica, how you doing, love? How does that make any sense to anybody? How's that okay? But anyway, I'm hoping this guy can come on, the reporter can come on and just shed a little bit more light into it. He's in between interviews, but there's Asante 85. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming through. Hi, Brian. Good to see you. Yeah, and the price of water has gone up with inflation. With inflation, okay, that's him. I don't have a lot of time with him, so I'm just going to bring him on real quick.
Hey,
Hi, Crown. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
I know you're pressed for time, so just go ahead and start wherever you want to go. Want to start with?
All right. Right now, uh, I'm sorry. I'm working on a story about the water crisis in the city of Jackson, and I'm actually in front of a house where the woman told me she needed to have been buying water for the past 2 years. That
Yeah.
this issue has been ongoing for 2 years, and she's telling me that she doesn't understand why it's now a crisis. That it should have been a crisis 2 years ago. So I even saw a packet of bottled water with her. So uh, for me personally, I in my household we are four, me and my wife and two kids. We drink 480 bottle of water in a week. So, and that has been some expense.
Wow, and that's 80 bottles a week. The 24 ounces or the 16 ounces?
The 16 ounces of
16 ounces for a family of four.
yeah.
That's
So, our family here, the two of them, the husband and the wife, they are both old. One is 69, one is 60 years old. And they had to have been buying the water for the last several years, the last 2 years.
right. I don't think people understand that this is not just a crisis that happened a month ago. This has been going on for quite a while.
Yeah. So
Right.
what happens is that due to a lot of problem at the OB quarters, which is the main uh, water treatment center in the city of Jackson, a city of about 150,000 people. Over 80% of them, about 80% of them are black African Americans. So that is the main water treatment center. That's OB Cordes, and it's supposed to pump out 50 million gallons per day into the system.
Right.
However, that has not been happening based on all manner of issues at the pump,
Right.
including lack of staffing, including problems with the various equipments. Just yesterday, we had a report that there is no redundancy. So if something fails, if there's any equipment that fails at the treatment center, it's catastrophic. Sometimes you're going to have. So what happened is that this persistent failure of being able to pump water regularly,
Yes.
that with the right kind of purification over
Right.
several months means that many places we are constantly, different parts of the city are constantly under a boil water notice.
Right.
What that means is that the government is saying you cannot drink the water without boiling it first. So you
Right.
have to boil the water. Uh, but people complaining. So if I can't drink this water, why do I keep paying the bills? So they still have to
Mhm.
continue paying the bills while having to buy bottled water. So the latest challenge has to do with uh, a significant challenge right now that began on Monday was because at the Obicotis Water Treatment Center,
Mhm.
there was a problem because there's been flooding at the Pearl River
Right.
over the last several days. The flood, so and the treatment center takes in water
Mhm.
from the Pearl River. So because
Right.
of the volume of water included with the fragile, very fragile state of
Mhm.
that treatment facility, uh, it compounded the problem there.
Right.
So what happened was that the water level generally citywide dropped, which
Mhm.
means some people could not flush, some people could not have water to shower. So
Mhm.
that brought about this emergency. So the state government, the city leadership declared it an emergency.
Mhm.
The state government has declared an emergency, and the federal government, FEMA, is sending in assistance as we speak to try to get to the bottom of the problem is and fix it in the immediate sense.
Mhm.
However, there are a few points of water distribution centers across the city where people can go to get some water. I went to one of the places today where people can go and get, when you bring your containers, you can get non-potable water. Uh,
Mhm.
however, some people were coming there thinking that that's where they can get bottled water.
Right.
So that was what they're thinking. So they had to be turned back and still and told, no, you can't get bottled water here.
Right.
Uh, so
So let me ask you a question real quick. The National Guard was brought in. Are they bringing water trucks?
actually, it's taking some time for the water that the state government is taking a little while because
Mhm.
for the water that the state government, which has activated the National Guard. So there's no water for the National Guard to even be distributing, if you get what I'm saying.
Yes. I
The,
get
the pallets of water are not available at the moment that were promised, but they're expecting them very soon.
what. So let me ask you a question. Going back to the water plant, they're now saying that they didn't have enough staff to maintain the water plant, so therefore it backed up when you had that flood. So the water pressure was not able to push the water out. Now, from what I understand, they need Class A water operators, and they don't have that, as well as maintenance individuals to keep the machine running, the whole plant running.
That is, you've mentioned a very important part of this whole problem:
Mhm.
the staffing. The staff uh, level is at a project is critically low. So the normal thing that needs to be happening at a particular plant don't happen because the staffing challenges, and it seems that there seems to be nothing working to get people to come and work. Um, there are a
From what
few.
But from what I'm understanding, I don't mean to cut you off, that they didn't even offer jobs or training for that job. The Class A, it takes about what, 3 years to
Yeah,
get to
what
have
the
that job. Hmm.
mhm. What the mayor actually informed the public was that it takes a while to train
Right.
people, and that even during the training, some people opt out, and it may take like 2 years to train to train a college graduate. So
Hmm.
that has been what he said was that there are at the moment 10 people under training.
Right.
And another challenge that he mentioned is because uh, this treatment center is unique because it's not just a conventional kind of system, it also uses membrane. And for a treatment center that combines the two, it's not common. Instead, that you are using the conventional kind of treatment or use a membrane treatment for your water treatment facility. So what that means is that even if you want to invite people to come, there's not a lot of, the pool is small for the kind of people that can actually immediately come in and step in and handle the situation. So
Mhm.
that is another issue.
It's another issue. So there really is no deadline for this. People are just going to be living off of bottled water in Jackson, Mississippi for an undisclosed amount of time.
That
Because
is
even if you get
that
the
is
people trained, the facility is so messed up from not being maintained that it's going to take even longer. That's
that,
insane.
that is where we are.
So is your governor and mayor actually working together or against each other to solve this problem? Because clearly it's a problem that's been going on for quite some time. So I'm trying to understand, like, why would they wait till this at this point in this moment when everything is at its worst to actually have FEMA, request for FEMA to come in and start assisting them before, because it was the lead issue, then it was the ice storm, and now it's the flood of the Pearl River, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, yes. So what happened was the flood affected the running at the water treatment center. So that
Mhm.
made that became like a point, a critical point, a critical point of damage, or if you want to call it lack of function at that facility. I
Mhm.
can't really speak so much about why it took so long to get to ask for assistance.
Right.
I can't really speak so much, but from what I understand, the state offered to match from the Apple Fund, to match dollar for dollar whatever amount of money that the city was going to put up from its own money from the Apple Fund, from the COVID relief fund, and that came in. I think the city is, from my estimates, from what I've been able to gather, is putting up $20 million from
Mhm.
the Apple Fund, and the state is going to match that. So I can't really speak so much into why it's taken a long time now
Right.
to get
Because
this operation going.
this was the same what the residents of Mississippi is going through right now. They actually went through in the pandemic for a whole month. They went without water during the pandemic. So at that point, and they didn't see that that was an emergency where people needed water. My whole question is, like, as a community, like, what are you guys? Who are you holding accountable? Like, what is the community trying to do to hold the mayor and the governor by the
From the
early so that they can get on board with this, because this is absolutely ridiculous. The schools are closed, the hospitals can't run, and your fire department is unable to assist anyone should there be an emergency, right?
You're correct. The schools are closed. There are the thousands of students who attend the Jackson Public School.
Mhm.
Uh, Most of them are African American who stay in the city. Uh, have to pivot to virtual learning from Tuesday, and from projection that may have to last for the next few days,
Mhm.
while uh, the authorities try to get the water pressure back up. Because what that means is that they want to pump enough water into the tanks to be able to give enough pressure for
Right.
people to be able to use the convenience if they want to. So, what's your question again? I'm sorry.
What is the community trying to, what is the community doing to hold the governor and the mayor accountable
That the
for they're
what I'm
going?
okay. Sorry. So the community have been complaining of this issue, but it seems that their voices don't go anywhere, from my standpoint. So when there's a boil water notice, people go buy bottled water and one of the repercussions is that the city has been bleeding population.
Yeah.
People have been living the city, looking at the infrastructural lapses,
Mm-hmm.
water, uh, and all other issues in the city. They have been living the city, and the city has been complaining of lack of funds and lack of available expertise to help.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody is just hoping for the best and saying, why did it take you so long? Like somebody I spoke with today
Mm-hmm.
telling me, why did it take you so long uh, to get on board, for the federal government to be involved, for the state government to be involved? So that is the question that people are asking.
I think that's what everybody's asking at this point, because if you have to pay for water and you're getting contaminated water, then you have to turn around and buy bottled water. Are you guys actually paying the water bill, or are you as a community, you're saying we're not paying this water bill because we have to pay out extra money to get water from the store, and they're not going to be reimbursed for that water as well that they're purchasing, right?
Unfortunately, people will just have to pay, because if you don't pay, whatever water you get into, maybe wash your car, to maybe flush your toilet, may be cut off by the city. So you just have to pay. And people have been living in this kind of difficulty, everybody, for a while, and it's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Right now, you guys just have to deal with it. Is basically what you're saying. There's nothing you guys can do about it.
Yeah, because the policy is, if you don't pay your bill, you're going to have your water cut off. So
Yeah, but you
whatever,
use the water anyway, so let them cut it off.
no more. You want to take your bath, you want to,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you
But if
still
you,
you still want to use the you still want
you're
to
gonna, you
boil
want
the water to
to
cook.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm saying you still want to boil the water to cook with it. So yeah, so people drink the water. What they drink the water.
That's it. Wow. Are
All
you
people
guys?
buy water.
Is your mayor or your governor? Are you guys going to have conversations with him? Are you going to meetings? Is he meeting with you to tell you what the plan of action is, or it's just we're just waiting for FEMA, or we're waiting for the National Guard, but they're waiting for water? Like everything doesn't make sense. You can't brush your teeth, but you after boiling it, you can cook with it. You can take a shower with it, but it doesn't make sense to me. I'm I'm going to be honest.
That,
Like,
yeah, I understand. I agree totally with you. Um, Today, as I'm speaking with you, the mayor is scheduling a town hall meeting.
mhm,
So, but the time and the time is not yet fixed. So, I plan to attend the town hall meeting and learn about what people are saying, what they're thinking, how they are responding.
mhm.
But it just seems like people are resigned to the situation.
Because you guys have been living this with this for quite a while. That's what's frustrating about this. That you, like, as a community, at some point you have to hold yourself responsible in saying this is not normal to live in a home where I have to buy bottled water, pay a water bill for water that I can't use. I get that the infrastructure is hard. It's not hard. It's old and it's not maintained. However, you can't open a business because your water infrastructure is hard.
Businesses are leaving.
Absolutely. There's no water. Restaurants, old, what is it? The retirement centers for the old people. Like, how are you guys maintaining as a community? You're just like there and you're just like waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. Like, what do you guys
I
have, or
think
do
I
you
think
have
there's a lot of hope. People have a lot of hope
a
that
hope it's
things
not
will
going
be
to
better.
get it done? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not coming down at you. I'm just saying, like, at some point, you have to say, like, they're not going to help us. So, what are we going to do? Like, what is our next course of action? Because all we're doing is paying into this community, and it's not giving you anything
And
back.
um, um, it's even more than that,
Mhm.
because we're talking about the water crisis. But the water system in the city itself is just more than water coming into the house. It also has to do with the billing system. There's an issue with the billing system that the city is trying to fix. What that means is that you may have water in your house and you don't get any bill for
Mhm.
several months. because of a problem with the software running the billing system. And the city is trying to fix that now, replacing all the water meter and it's going to take until late next year before the process that began with the replacement of the water meters. So we're talking about water meters now that people get charged. That you want to pay your bill, so you have this water meter that is supposed to tell you, give you accurate measurement of what you're using. Sometimes there's water leakage around, so you're going to get thousands of dollars more in bill. Then you have to go to the department to
Right.
sort of sort it out. So we're talking about multiple issues, and there's a problem of lead in the water system that is even not getting enough attention.
And my thing is like this: as a community, are you guys asking them to at least put you guys someplace else, move you to another location where you do have running water, temporary housing someplace else until they can fix this? Or do you guys have a plan of action? I don't know if you have a coalition or a committee that is speaking on behalf of the people there. Do you, did you guys come up with something instead of just waiting for them to say, oh, this is what we're going to do? Yeah, it doesn't work. But what are you guys doing? Like, are you saying your elderly, your children, your kids can't go to school, they can't do anything, so now you're stuck in a house with no running water? I don't know what's worse, but at the end of the day, have you thought about, or have the people thought about being replaced someplace and have the city or the governor, whoever, pay for that? Because you're at an inconvenience. Like, how are you living with no water, contaminated water, every day? At some point, that's going to take its toll. Even bathing in it, even though you say, yeah, you can bathe in it, you just can't brush your teeth or wash your dishes in it, but you can cook with it. That makes no sense to me. At some point, years of doing that is going to eventually cause something to happen to these people physically. Is there
Yeah,
a
that
lawsuit?
is the
There's
concern.
something like I really just would. I would feel better if there was, if the people were fighting back, like stop taking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is that you guys need to do, but this is absolutely ridiculous. When Flint happened, Flint, this bothers me so much because I went to Flint when I worked. My coworkers, the whole city, all of them got together. We got water. We hired a truck driver. We took the water down there. We drove all night. By the time we got there, we unloaded the water because we had to do everything ourselves. We actually had to help the church hand out the water. That water was gone within an hour. When you see people lined up and they don't even know that you're coming, we just happen to be coming. It is so ridiculous that we can go other places and send aid to other places, and there's people right here. Are you using that as a catalyst to say, how are you sending money out there when we need help right here? Our infrastructure is messed up. Our kids are being denied certain rights. All of you as human beings are being denied water, something that should be that you're paying for, but should be given to you freely. Are you guys not frustrated? Are you just not ready to like bug out?
I think if you are here, if you are put, let me try to put myself in the shoes of the people for a moment.
Yeah.
There was a winter storm that came in uh, last year, February, where basically were that affected operations at at the water treatment center, and people didn't really have water for like several days,
Mhm.
and people had to cope with that. You know, getting bottled water distributed and buying bottled water, and it's just that what happens is that the people that are most affected,
Mhm.
because water gets to gradients, those are the lower gradients, are the most affected, who stay at particular points in the city. I think where the elevation is high are the
Right.
most affected, so it's not everybody.
Mhm.
So So
it doesn't. I
people
mean,
are affected in specific places are affected. So what I'm trying to say is that to get that kind of collective movement,
mhm,
uh, it's difficult because you can go to tell yourself, "Oh, it's not affecting me today, but tomorrow it can affect you." So it's been scattered. It's been affecting people in a scattered way because you could have a boil water notice
mhm,
that affects like just a portion of the city.
mhm,
It's not affecting the whole portion of the city. And sometimes through just the last 1 month now, the boil water notice has affected the whole of the city. So that's the difference. It's not as if the whole city has been under a boil water notice for 2 years. No, the
right.
latest one has been for 1 month, and that has been a major one.
Mhm,
But the what has been common is that parts of the city we have a boil water notice, the other parts we don't have a boil water notice. Some of the schools should be closed because of problem of water pressure. Some
right,
other schools will be running. So it's not been a kind of a total impact like what
right,
happened on Monday.
right,
That is what I'm trying to say.
right. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying at this point,
But today is Wednesday,
they
so
get right. Even if they get people to retired people to come in that have done that type of work in a water facility, whatever the case may
I
be.
will need to go in a moment.
Right. Okay, no problem. I just I wish you guys
You can
well.
have, you can ask the question. You can ask the
Yeah,
question.
there's hotels all over the place. Are you guys asking to be relocated to a hotel until they fix this since it's not affecting everybody in the area? They can relocate people.
We're talking about 180,000 people.
Right. They should have thought
So
about that. My thing is like if we don't hold people accountable that you put in office to make sure that you have your rights as residents there, like this is just gonna continue to happen and I hope that you guys find hope you guys put together something and make them help you at this point. I think you guys have been taking it for a long time because this is not just this month, it's been going on for a long time. So at the end of the day, when is enough enough? You know, I'm hope is there any way people can help you? Is there some place? Is there anything that they can send if you want to put that out there?
yeah, um, I think I will check right now and send you the tests of people that want to volunteer donate. The city
Mhm.
has where you can email.
I don't want to send anything to the city. I'm gonna be honest too, with you because I don't even know if y'all gonna get it. Because at the end of the day, they're not doing anything for you. I'm frustrated because I've seen this up close and personal. And I've seen a mother make her baby's milk with contaminated water because that's all she had. And she knows it's contaminated, but she still has to feed her kids. So at the end of the day, it's just, guys, stop taking it. Do something, like figure out something that you're going to do and hold them accountable to it. You're paying for contaminated water and feeding your families with this. There's no business that can come in. Like they have to work with you somehow. And I hope that the residents, my prayers are with you guys. But prayers is not going to do it alone. You know, God helps those who help themselves. And we need to just get up and start doing some things. Like we really need to make demands, demands on this. And I'm sorry if you feel like I'm coming at you. That's not what I'm doing. It's just
I
so
understand.
we hear this and there really is no answers. You understand? Like there is no answers. Everything is just the water pressure is old, it's this, it's that. Yeah, we knew that. So what are they doing to fix it? And what are you guys demanding from them to do? And what are you going to do? What's your plan of action? Because clearly they don't have one for you.
Yeah. So yeah, you are correct. 100% correct.
I'm just I thank you so much for coming through, Crown. Keep me up to date if you can. You have my number. I'm gonna drop a couple the links that you send me so people can read. They did a survey with the people that live in Jackson, Mississippi in regards to the water. If you guys want to read it, I will put it in the chat so you guys can read it. And that's I know you have to go, so I'm not gonna hold you too much longer.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. Have a
All right,
good
bye.
night. Take care. Be well, okay? I'm so frustrated. I can't even begin to tell you. It's really sad. It really is sad that anyway. But this is like this is a classic example. Like if shift really does happen, like you have to be self sufficient. When people are on here, all these prepping channels, everybody's on here telling you get your water, get your stuff together. Um, it's for a reason. It's for these particular reasons right here. You're waiting. They're waiting for a government or somebody to help them, and they're not. But in the same instance, what are they doing to help themselves? What something got to give, and it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. Exactly, House of Siege. Like I'm paying for dirty water. I'm paying for contaminated water. I'm paying to like poison my kids and my family. I don't understand it. It makes absolutely no sense to me, and it's crazy. When I went to Flint, it was insane. It was insane to unload a tractor trailer of water in an hour. I could just imagine what this is because they've been dealing with this for quite some time. And just because there's a migration of a certain group of people, that doesn't mean that the other people don't have a right to live decently. You really got to hold these people that's in office accountable. And if they're not doing their job, get them the hell out because this is insane. Insane. Does it make sense to anybody that you can boil water and use it to cook and bathe in, but you can't brush your teeth with this? I'm not understanding. Yeah, the infrastructure in the US is trash. Absolutely. We really need to keep our eyes and ears to this government. Hold those little people before it get to the big people. You know what I'm saying? Hold them accountable. Like grab hold of them in certain spots and don't let go until they give you what it is that they're supposed to give you. I have family near Jackson. I've been down there. So this doesn't surprise me, but hopefully they will get together and fight back. I hope so, because clearly the people are so accustomed to it that it's like everyday life, everyday living for them, and that is not everyday living. I just wanted to read something to you. I really didn't mean. I hope he doesn't. Rush hour. They said your device is not connected. I'm going to drop some links so you can read. The residents had taken the poll. This is a. They said, we understand that the issues are causing a financial burden on our families across the state. They do not feel that the tap is safe to drink in Jackson. More than 96%, she said. And as far as spending money on bottled water, 48% of our participants say that they spend between $50 to $100 on water per month on top of a water bill. And I don't even think that's 6 gallons of water for just a family of 4. Hi, OCD, how are you? Hi, G Mamas. Hi, everybody. Please, like, get your water. Get your stuff together. I'm missing a few comments. Let me just go back real quick. Rush out. Oh, there you go. Hey, Rush.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, what's happening?
I'm good. I've been up all night.
Yeah, I bet. Shoot, I seen this. I heard about it, and I took off this morning driving, and I couldn't think. I had to call my cousin because she live in Jackson, but she said that was up further up north from her. You know,
That makes
and
no sense.
like you said, I think it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, it's
You
sad.
know.
Up north, down south, around the corner.
Yeah.
It can happen to you, especially if you're right there in that state. Because when one part stops working, it goes over to another part and another part. When do we get together as a people and start doing something? I just I don't want to start cussing because, but at the end, I really just want to be.
Well, I understand because well, I'm a truck driver.
Mm-hmm.
And we have nobody reaching out, nobody saying nothing. I have my own truck, and I just don't have my own trailer. Cause of course I lease my truck on to a company, so I just ain't like I could take their trailer. But I know people who have trailer, and none of them contacted me and said nothing about it. I don't think anybody paying attention. You ask me.
Yeah, I think I know. Granny Karma, she put something out about it, and I do believe Tommy Bites put something about it. Um,
Hmm.
it is not getting a lot. Again, I'm not going to go into you know
Yeah.
the reasons why. It's clear, but at the end of the
Hmm.
day, that is not up for other people to do. If that's the
Yeah.
case, then people need to start making noise on behalf of them, and people need to start addressing certain issues because it's insane. I
Exactly. And I look at it like they're my people, because my mama from Crystal
Mhm.
Springs, Mississippi, and I got
Right.
people in Hazelhurst and Jackson.
Right.
So so I'm willing. I wouldn't mind willing to take a trailer load of water there. You know what I mean? I have the vehicle. You know, I don't have all the funds just to fill up. Fill up and come back because it's gonna cost on me. It probably cost me over close to 2,000 to fill up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's
But
the
I
other
do have the means of the transportation to get
thing.
water there.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah. Hopefully we can put
just no
something
help.
there and just send the, if anything, the hospitals, your elderly, these children, their whole
Hmm.
young lives are going to be affected. They can't go to school. They're stuck in a house. You have the older folks who just don't have anybody to take care of them. Much
Hmm.
less, you don't even know if they're physically able to carry gallons of water or cases of water, three at that,
Exactly.
and bring it back.
Exactly.
There's a lot going on. When I went to Flint, it really was. It was terrible, and I could just imagine how this is. And when shift happens, you're gonna want somebody to help you. I get you're prepping. Nobody wants to share their stuff, but this is not the case right now. This is a bunch of people that's going through some stuff. There's no light
Hmm.
really given to it, and I don't really think he has any answers because they're still dealing with it. He was
Hmm.
interviewing, and he was actually bringing water to people in
Hmm.
that interview. So at the end of the day, just because you don't live there doesn't mean that it can't happen here. Look up world water in your area, and you'll be surprised to see how many
Hmm.
places are affected by that.
By that water, yeah, water shortage. Yeah, it's a lot of it.
Over for me last
Well,
night.
it kind
Over.
of set me back to Katrina.
Yeah.
I'm from New Orleans, but I wasn't living there at the time. But a lot of people I know was pretty much, jacked up from all that. My nephew and a few other people I know, some cousins, friends. But
Hmm.
it's kind of devastating. I mean, it's not devastating as Katrina, but it's just I won't put no percentage on it. I think all tragedies is tragedies, and all of them is bad.
Hmm.
So it just kind of reminds me of that. It's like the government don't care. So we the people need to probably pitch in and get something done.
We need
We
to
need to pitch in and get something done
yep, this is something I don't know.
somewhere. Hmm. I don't know neither.
Yeah.
But somehow there's a way to help these people out when you talk, when
And
especially with the older people and lady boiling water for a kid. Oh my God.
that was in
I
Flint.
couldn't I couldn't imagine doing that with my little boys. And that's why I tell my sons how good they have it. And I have water,
Mm-hmm.
I'm stacked up with water, you
Right.
know.
And when you see stuff like this, you want to stack more water. You want to just at least have it because they're going.
Hmm.
You just said that the National Guard is there, but there's no water for them to put into these water trucks to bring to the people. They need potted
Hmm.
water. So I'm
Mm.
not even understanding like how does that make sense? You put them in, and what they're supposed to do, stand there. If there's no water, the people need water
Hmm.
brought to them. Common sense would be like fill up someplace else and bring it there. I don't.
Yeah, they did that during Katrina. That's what they did. I mean, they
Right.
filled up trucks and had trucks staged. I wasn't involved in it. I was trying to get involved in it,
Hmm.
because um, not only just money per se, but that's my home. So I was trying to get involved with it. Just that the people who I was least on doing different, which the people who different now, I was
Hmm.
at least on them then, and they wasn't sending trucks down.
Yeah.
Landstar was doing it.
Hmm.
You know,
I don't
but
know.
they wasn't sending trucks down.
As a community, they need to get together and they really need to start demanding. I wouldn't pay that water bill. I don't care if they take the meter off this thing. You still giving me
I know that's right.
for. But yeah, Urban, it absorbs through the skin. Like I asked that question like 5 times before I even got off the phone. I was like, yeah, but
Mhm.
that it absorbs into your body, and if you're doing this because this has been going on for a while,
Mhm.
these people have to be facing some type of health issues. There's
Yeah.
and then on top of that, there was an issue with lead in the water.
Yeah.
Something like Flint when they just had to change the piping to avoid all of this, and they refused to do it. It should be a law, a lawsuit, something like you, or I don't know what to tell you. They can move those people out until they fix that because that makes no sense
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Mhm.
But if they sitting there docile and not doing nothing and saying nothing, they're not gonna do nothing. They're not gonna
That's
fix
That's
nothing.
it.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
think you're so conditioned like this is normal because he says for 2 years people have just been using bottled water just to survive.
Yeah.
How is that okay? That's not
Look
okay,
all the, but look all the plastic that leaves in the water when you drink
right?
bottled water all the time. I mean, they're getting poisoned by the bottled water too. I mean, even us with clean water around us, we got forever plastics in our water, in our well water. We got pharmaceuticals in our water. Our
Yes.
water is bad
Chlorine.
across, yeah, across the planet. Our water is bad.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
but I'm wondering, as preppers, if maybe we can't send them water, but maybe we can teach them how to live around the situation. If they don't want to rise up, or if they don't want to, because I was going to come up here all heated like that, but I'm not going to. I believe they need to
Yeah.
revolt. They need
I
to
got a
burn
headache
that shit
now.
down.
It's so
But
damn.
I'm not.
I do. I really
but
have. A headache.
but collectively, if because I wanted to talk to that one dude, like, man, why don't you get you a big old pool, put in the backyard, and have some pool shock on hand, boom, that cleans your water right there. You know what I
Me,
mean? Just situations like that, maybe we can help by sending them something to treat the water that they already have.
right. This is what I'm saying. I don't think those people know that. Not everybody's purpose minded, and this is why I love when people start going on their channels and just talk about stuff because you never know who you'll reach in regards to it. But we something got to happen. I don't even know. Like maybe if they had a Berkey, maybe they had whatever type of water filter. Don't have to be a Berkey. Just anything
Mhm.
that you can basically at least brush your teeth. And
Right,
when I
But we got to get our mindset right. You know,
right. hmm So
got to do that.
Hot Tub Tony said the same thing I said. Collectively refuse to pay the water bill. Right. Hit them
Hmm.
with hit them in the pockets and watch everybody sit up straight and start taking notes because nobody
exactly.
has money out their pocket. Right. The water
Exactly.
treatment plant was understaffed severely. So therefore, of course, plant is going to go to shit. I'm sorry, I can't say no other way because at the end of the day, you don't have enough people, and the few people that they had working there was getting hundreds of hours in overtime, but they're not hiring people to maintain the building, not just the what is it, the Class A water? I forgot what you call them, water engineers or whatever. Just
Hmm.
maintenance people, the everyday workings of the machine. They weren't hiring for that. EPA was like, yeah, well, you guys weren't hiring. Well, EPA, that's your fault too because you're supposed to be inside there making sure that people are in compliance. So you pointing the finger, but the finger goes right back to you. The whole slew of you fail these people, and all of y'all should be held accountable for that. Something as simple
Question.
as water.
Question.
Yep.
What kind of people live, or what race of people is filled in Flint? I don't want to go there, but
It's
what
87%
race of people?
African American, it's 17% Caucasian, and the other percent is
Okay.
white. So
So now you see that shows you why that stuff is happening.
but
You know,
I'm not even gonna go there with that because at the end of
and
the
that
day,
70%. I'm sorry, they just caught up. You know what I
mhm,
mean? And
yeah.
I don't want to go
Right,
that
right.
neither, but
Mhm.
reality is reality.
Okay,
Q. I
Tony.
mean, that's just the way it is.
Mhm.
My
You
question: what's
know,
the economic class of both? As
that
a
was my
white dude,
next
that's what
question.
I ask. That as a white dude,
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna ask. I understand where y'all are
We
coming
we
from
know
because
what it is.
I
It's
see it. I see it. So
we
don't
know
think
what
I
it
don't
is.
see it. But
At the end of
it's
the day, the questions that we normally ask, we already know what it is. To me,
exactly.
that's a waste of time. The bottom line is that
So
these people
It
are
is.
undesirable
It
people.
is.
They're not. You don't see them as valuable, so
and
therefore,
that's why they're not gonna revolt because they're not gonna hit the hands that feed them. Because
right.
most of them are
Mhm.
gonna be on welfare. Okay, I don't want to mess up my food stamps, my utilities,
Exactly.
my monies.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay, I can't do nothing about it.
this is the thing. Carbon, you asked what can they do immediately right now. There are processes in every state, and each state is different. But if the simple Google search, all they got to do is do a recall, Google search recall election, and
Mhm.
recall that whole city government. What that would do is
Mhm.
that force the state to step in and actually address the issue and cover the city while that transition is in process. Those people who are in charge that allowed this to happen over years and years, because this is not an immediate problem, they
Mhm.
need to be removed ASAP. I
Yeah.
guarantee you, I guarantee you they don't live in the community that's affected. That's why there's no sense of urgency to get it done.
Exactly. No sense of urgency.
Yep.
Okay, so once you get the recall election done, you demand the Army Corps, and you don't ask the state, you demand it. We demand that the Army Corps engineer come in and put portable water filtration stations. They have them. They deploy them to every part of the globe. I've seen
Mhm.
them. They're
But shouldn't
these
the
big
governor step
structures.
into
They can
that?
put them down. Huh?
Listen, Tony, he sent me the pictures. They have the trucks there, the water trucks, but there's no water to put in the trucks. It makes no sense.
Oh Lord,
If I
Lord, that
knew how to
mercy.
do this stupid thing where I'm telling you, I got a headache. I was up all night, but at the end of the day, I was trying to get the pictures on here so I could show it to you. Hold on, let me show you something. Wait,
Can you log into StreamYard on your phone? Because you probably got the pictures on your phone, right?
yeah, I got the pictures on my phone. Give me 1 second. These are the trucks. He sent me the pictures. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me just do the big screen right quick.
I would think the governor would step into this.
Man, the governor's
The
stepping in
governor.
alligator shoes.
I don't know. There you go. You see that
It's
truck?
Yeah, I
a
see the big
sticker,
tanker
bro.
truck. Yeah.
Okay,
I saw the
that's
tanker. Yeah.
one. They
There's
have
another one.
there's no water inside the trucks. These are the
Wait a
pictures.
minute. They're just empty tankers
Yeah, that's what he
sitting.
said. They don't have the water to bring. The water that
Oh, that's
Oh,
scandalous.
why
So,
would they?
so,
Why would they park empty water tankers around there like
Because
that?
they
Tormenting
teasing him
people.
too.
see
so,
Yeah,
Tormenting
so
them,
what
tormenting
is it?
people.
exactly.
What,
Straight
Yeah.
tormenting
Carmen?
them.
people, they're allowed to get 3 cases of those water per family. Okay.
Uh huh.
They have to use the foil to do their cooking.
Hmm.
So this notice, I was trying to get it bigger. Wait, if you can see the notice on the cash register said you're only allowed to have the. Can you see it?
Well, I can't make out the words.
Okay, it says attention all cash saver supporters due to citywide boil water alert. All water products will have been limited. You will only be able to purchase 3 24 packs of hold on. Oops. 3 24 packs of bottled water and only 6 gallons of regular water.
Hmm.
Bullshit.
Right.
Instead
So,
of beer runs, I'll be going on water runs.
Mhm.
so Carmen,
They have
let
to
me ask,
use
Exactly.
let me ask you
they have
this.
to use paper plates because they said from what I read and it said that they shouldn't wash their plates in the water. So it makes no sense to me. You can brush your teeth, but you can't brush your teeth, but you can bathe in it, but you can't wash the plates in it. I
But that's the thing, Carmen. They have water. I'm
mm-hmm.
assuming they pumping the water. They telling the people not to use the water. So if you
Right.
have water, the Army Corps engineer has they have portable units that can tap into the existing bad water
Mm-hmm.
and
Exactly.
make that bad
Exactly.
water good. These are portable units. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
them personally.
Yep.
Every
Hmm.
state has, and the federal government has stockpiles of them. Why aren't their citizens demanding that they bring those units down there? And they'll do it by they service a certain mile radius. You drop
Mm-hmm.
one here, one here, one here.
Right.
And it's on the Army Corps of Engineers to pump the water from wherever it needs to be pumped from, whether a reservoir, a creek, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But they do the same thing overseas. I saw them pump creek water out of Iraq and make it portable water for drinking. So they had the technology, you had the devices. Now the
Right.
only thing is a lack of will and willingness by the state government to actually do this and demand that the federal government actually take care of its fucking citizens for once.
That's what I'm
It,
saying.
this is embarrassing that in 2022 in the United States you have a city
Hmm.
that cannot provide water, clean drinking water for their citizens, and when they actually have the means to do it. Then we go through this with Flint, and they
Mm-hmm.
still ain't figured this shit out yet. But it's not gonna stop until and this Jackson is a black city. It's not gonna stop until these black folks demand different.
Mhm.
Remove these motherfuckers who sitting on these city councils for years and years. These mayors that's sitting there 3, 4, 5, and 6 terms that have not serviced the community, because this is not a new problem for Jackson.
It's not. But at what point did the citizens of Jackson say, "Hey, this we're not accepting this," and
That
that's what we're trying
they're
to
gonna have to do it.
right? Like you sat there and you allow them to allow you to go with lead water. You allow them to the frost. I think it was a frost bite ice storm.
Right.
Ice
Mm-hmm.
ice storm. Your water infrastructure was messed up there. Like at what point did y'all decide that y'all was not going to have this anymore? I am extremely upset at
Well,
government,
you know something.
but I'm
You know
also
something. There's
stressed.
gonna be more of this to come. I'm sorry, but there's gonna be more of this to come.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Not just in Jackson. You know, we got wintertime coming up. This
This
gonna
is.
be a test. Wintertime gonna be a test for everybody.
Did you hear
You
that
know.
it's going to be like till next year before they can get anything done?
Y'all
Oh
realize
yeah.
y'all realize almost half the planet is going through what Jackson, Mississippi, going through right now with all these floods that are going on. Pakistan, the whole entire country is just decimated by floods.
Right,
There's
but that
flood.
is over there.
Yeah.
No, no, no. I understand.
Exactly.
No, I understand. I was going
Yeah.
off of what he was saying is that we're all going to be going through it with
Yeah.
the weather changing the way it is in such extreme levels. We all got to be
Mhm.
prepared to be
Absolutely.
going through this type of situation. Is what I meant.
There
Yeah.
are
Because there's going.
Yeah.
there are stop gaps that can be used. That see,
Hmm.
they're not being honest with. They're being disingenuous.
Hmm. Yeah.
Carbon, that system that I showed you before,
Right.
that I have in my house,
Yeah.
$6,000,
Hmm.
and it can process dirty creek water.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it can.
Why aren't they demanding the state to come in, who has the money and the resources to do it,
Hmm.
provide one of those filtration systems for every single fucking resident that's affected?
Well, they
Exactly.
But you
should.
can't
They,
ask for
they they
that. You
should
have
do
to
that. They
demand
should
it.
do that.
They
Hmm.
should do that. They could do that, but they're not doing that, and they won't do
But
that
but, but
until the
look, bro.
residents demand it.
But look, brother. Here they keep offering. What they offering now? You look every time you look around. I mean, they coming knocking on my door asking me about satellite. Well, forget satellite. What about something for water? Like what you say, water for purification. Offer me that. You know, see, can I make payments on that like I do satellite? You know,
Right.
But
why
they're
think
not
ain't they
going to
go
offer.
around the people then offer that kind of stuff?
Right.
You know, something for your survival. See what I'm saying?
But they're not going to
Water
offer it.
is
They're not going to offer it to poor people. That's the problem. When I
pretty
got
much.
mine, they
well, they
literally
offer
came to my
satellite to
house.
poor people. I
But
ain't
you
gonna
know
say I'm
what?
poor, but I
If
ain't rich.
if the residents
Yeah.
don't know to request that,
Hmm.
we're
Mhm.
not going to offer it. And I think that's what the problem is. Like they need a different type of leadership. Jay Great just said it. The governor didn't invite the mayor. If the two of you can't get along, how are y'all doing anything for these people that you're
That's
supposed
true.
to be assisting? Huh?
That's true.
That's
You're right.
crazy. And if the people
Very
don't know,
much.
like, yeah, I get it. Ignorance is bliss, but at the end of the day, maybe they just don't know. And maybe they need solutions and not just, hey, you know what? We've been doing this for this long. Let's just continue. No, we're not. I'm not.
Okay, well, if that's they're not willing to actually move out of their situation, I get that.
Mhm.
Everybody's not able, but what you can do is remove that whole city government. That's not a hard process.
Vote, but
That's
it's hard to get
I ain't
people to
worried
vote,
about it.
man.
Right. Exactly.
That whether you vote or not vote, you're still a resident of the city. They're still required to provide you a service.
Hmm.
They're still on the hook for that. So it
Yeah.
don't matter
That's
who you
true.
vote
That's
for,
Do
true.
your job.
That's true.
you got to
The
do your
That's
level,
true.
fucking job.
but the
Right.
level of
Right.
corruption that's there, though, man. Do you really think voting's going to matter? It sounds
It's
like they're going to
not.
get in there
It's not a
regardless.
vote, ghetto. It's not a fucking vote. It's removing the whole. It's a vote of no confidence.
Hmm.
Look it up. Google
But
search,
but
and it's removing the whole city government. Okay, we'll get somebody in here who can do this.
How you gonna do that, my man?
I
but
You
just
they
know,
control the system. That's what I'm
stand up
saying.
and vote.
Violence is the only answer at this point.
ghetto. I told you about doing that, man. Don't
I
do that.
know, man, but
Don't fucking
I'm
do that
trying
on
not
here,
to. But
man.
my point is like we're playing by the system rules. We continue to play by the
Yeah.
system rules, and
Hmm.
we ain't got no water. We ain't got. I can't even collect my
Yeah.
own rainwater. I'll go to prison if I put a fucking water system in my gutter to flush my own toilets. I'll
Right.
go to prison.
There
The
was a
fuck?
gentleman that was
Excuse me.
collecting
No.
rainwater, and he said, but the rain hasn't fallen. So he's like,
All right.
you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. But maybe, like you just said, The city should have offered them some type of filtration system so that they can at least boil it and filter it so they can have something to use.
So you mean
Exactly.
to tell me they can't produce their own filtration system on their own home
I
without
don't
getting in
think they're
trouble
educated enough.
there?
It seems like nobody's giving them that option,
Yeah.
and that's kind of
It's
why I
not a
came
matter of
up here.
it's not a matter of them being. They just don't know. A lot
That's
of
what I
people
mean.
are not preppers. They don't know. They haven't been told how to do that. Some people may
Somebody
know
have
how
to
to
know
do that.
something there,
That,
man. Good
but
gracious
that
life,
that's
somebody.
kind of why I came up, Carbon Q. Maybe we should do a
Uh huh.
show on just preppers coming together on a solution as to how do we help them clean their water. Maybe we can't just bring tankers and tankers of water to them, but on just a
Yeah.
simple YouTube live stream, we can educate them and say, hey, man, if you use this chemical or this filter right here,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
babies ain't got to worry about brushing their teeth. You know what I
Right.
mean? Educate
Makes
people
sense.
about Hot Tub Tony's system that he's got for his house. He's bringing water just from the creek. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's a damn good thing there, brother.
That'd be great.
Man, that's amazing. I find that amazing. You know, you bring oil from creek and
And
filtrating it and
and
using it. That's
Bill
what I'm talking about.
first time.
Huh?
It's,
No, Mo May said, "Screw that. Build it correctly." I agree.
yeah, yeah, and
First time.
you can demand these things. It's not a fucking vote. Just
Hmm.
bring. And look here, if you don't do it, the next person will do it. If the next person don't do it, then we'll get somebody else to do it, and we'll keep going through this fucking cycle till you get it fucking right. Because if you motherfuckers lose enough power and don't
Hmm.
sit in them seats that they've been sitting in for 20, 30, 40 years, some cases, when they lose that power that they had, oh, they'll get some act right about
Hmm.
it. And if they don't, then you do what you got to do at that point. But
Hmm.
exhaust the resource. There are resources that you can use that still work with inside the system that won't get you prison time. That you can do for this city that the residents could do to enact an immediate change.
Hmm.
Right, right.
I'm with Hot Tub Tony on that because I feel like when do we take accountability too?
But that's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. I agree,
Yeah.
That's
May.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like when why do we keep saying, oh, what they gonna do for us? We gotta start being more proactive. Like if we would have been more, how about this? How many of our neighborhoods go through gentrification and the neighborhood grocery store closes down? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Why don't we stand up before things like that occur? I'm just using that as an example. I'm not trying to take
Mhm.
Right,
away from the water
Uh-huh.
disease. I'm saying we
right.
constantly
Mhm.
just allow the stuff to happen and we're not doing anything about it when it's in our faces.
This is what I was trying to say to him. Like, what do you guys have in plan? You as the people, not the government, not your anybody else. Y'all, like, what are y'all doing?
Hmm.
But
Nobody's gonna come save you. So
no,
No,
like
they
the first
absolutely not.
time when the Katrina thing happened, right? And all
Hmm.
those
Uh huh.
people such as yourself who were able to survive and still thrive after that, you're
Hmm.
on top of your stuff, right? But why aren't the rest of them out here with gallons of water stacked up in their house or trying to get to where there's some well on their lands or and getting up like being more proactive just from that? We still worried about going and standing in line for some damn $600 shoes, y'all.
Right? It's conditioned.
Really got to get this
Conditioned.
out of their mind.
It's conditioned because society tells you that that's what makes you, somebody, not
Make
preparing
you
yourself,
cool. Yeah.
reliant, not being able to get yourself out of some, crazy stuff. I gotta stop cursing. Crazy stuff,
Hmm.
crazy situations, or just
Hmm.
be ready. It's more important to look good or have,
Yep. Yep. The
stuff.
rims and the shoes ain't gonna get it.
And
Right.
that's the
It's
thing.
not.
Like, when does common sense stick in? I
Yeah,
mean,
but I
kick
think
in. You know what I mean?
this
you
is
know
why
what?
it's important to get on here and spread and share this word because you never
Mm-hmm.
know who you're gonna reach, and then it just
Mm-hmm.
sparks a thought. It
They,
makes them sit back and think like, oh shoot, you know what? I didn't think about it like that, or you know what? They got
Mm-hmm.
a point because it's happening right in front of people. Even though some people still refuse to admit that we're in a shitload of trouble, majority of people are still waking up, and I have to tell myself this because this is insane. This is insane. That after Flint, this can still continue, and we're still dealing with the same stuff as Flint.
Yeah.
The people have no water.
a lot of the problems in Mississippi, and there's some good people, some riders in Mississippi. But the problem is, once they get of age and they see the bullshit, they don't stay and fight the bullshit. A lot of times they leave.
Mm-hmm.
They get out of there, which I can't
Mm-hmm.
blame anybody for leaving. But
Hmm.
you're gonna run into a situation where You can't flee. You can't go somewhere else. You have to start somewhere and stand and fight for what you
Stand
for
your
what's your
ground.
right.
That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
And that starts if that start needs to happen right here. This incident, I think this is a great starting point.
Mm-hmm.
Show them that you can remove this, just like their power is perceived power. You only have the power that the electorate gives you. Once that electorate loses confidence in you, you have no more power.
Mm-hmm.
That goes for city, local, state, and federal.
Mm-hmm.
So
And with this
once
hat, my bad, baby. Go ahead.
so once you show that you can, number one, get a whole city government up out of there, which is a fairly easy process. I can't
Mm-hmm.
stress this enough. I don't know the process for Mississippi, but I know the process for Georgia, and it's simply
Mm.
paperwork submitted to the
Yeah, they
same.
have done it here in Georgia. They have done it
Yeah,
right in Atlanta. They did it
yeah,
in
they've
Atlanta.
done it in a couple
I
cities.
remember. I remember that. Yeah.
That's not a hard process. All you
Mhm.
need is the majority of the electorate to sign off on it, which ain't
Mm-hmm.
hard when they don't have no water.
Yeah.
So that would
Just
be one of the first steps I would tell the
what,
gentleman that you had up there. Just
hmm
start
Mhm.
there. Get them up out of there.
you know, exactly. I was trying to say it in a roundabout way, but it comes down
Yeah.
to just self-reliance.
I was picking up on it.
Before we can even hold anybody accountable, any war, you're gonna have casualties. So if you're not prepared to deal with the war, then there's no sense in you even starting it because you're just gonna send yourself to the slaughterhouse. You got to be able to maintain that fight.
Mm-hmm.
If they cut off your water, if they cut off all your sources, that you can still maintain on your own. At the end of the day, I think they're just either they don't know, they just don't know what to do, and they do need some guidance. I'm going,
A lot of it is they gave up because ain't no
yeah,
way in
pretty
DC,
much.
ain't no way. Excuse my language,
Hmm.
because I'm a little angry about this.
I
Ain't
don't
no
even
way in DC.
care. I'm not monetized because I got a headache and I'm gonna start thinking it. I can't hold it in anymore.
But ain't no way in the fuck that y'all
Do
should still
you?
be paying water bills.
Hmm.
Mm,
And
mm,
they tell you
mm,
you can't use the water. What
This
the fuck am I paying for?
mm.
you understand
I'm not
what
giving you a fucking dime. You can kiss
But
my
God,
wait,
fucking
wait, this is
ass.
what I'm
I
saying
wish
too, Tony.
I
This is
wish
what I'm
a
saying
bill
too.
collector would.
As soon as they
Oh
kept going
yes,
up on
Oh,
your
indeed.
water
don't,
bill, I'm
mm-mm.
sorry, y'all.
Uh
As
huh.
soon as they kept going up on your water bill, why
Right.
you ain't
Yes.
say
Mhm.
why y'all ain't come together then? Like, come on, like that's look. I like the solution of us putting a bunch of water and putting it in your truck and let's taking it there. Like I'm
Mhm.
with that.
Yeah.
Let's
I
also
try.
make it
Yeah.
a main point, like y'all are also saying, for us to educate them. Let's not just go
I,
there and come in with a cape
right,
flying. It's
right,
okay,
right.
but
Right.
like they really got to understand. Like, look, we might not be able to come back the
You're
next
Have
time.
you're, you're right because that water only lasts about an hour on that truck when we put it down to Flint. Like
Yeah,
that is not going to solve the
yeah,
problem.
right.
It's a band aid. It's a band aid. But
Mm-hmm.
so you guys are asking why are they still paying the water bills? We're also not thinking that there might be government grants that are coming in telling these residents, because if most of these residents are on some kind of government help, the government's coming in saying, here, we'll give you this incentive if you pay your water bill. That way, the water company, governors, all them, they're making their money, and you yourself are actually getting a little bit more money in your welfare check too, because you're paying your utility bills. They used to do that shit to us way back in the day.
And see,
No.
We're
that's what we need to
Uh-uh.
educate them on
I
too.
still I don't buy that. I
Yeah, they need
really
Um,
to
don't.
be
Mm-mm.
educated on that so they understand it.
No, yeah, I
Because
understand that, but poor
yeah,
people are institutionalized. We're institutionalized from the gate, from birth.
you're right.
I mean, we're literally in a system prison, and we think it's okay. That's why we don't react. That's why we don't revolt. That's why
Man,
we
but
don't
I
say
can't
nothing.
see paying. I can't. My water bill be about maybe 125. I can't see paying that money, and I can't use this water the way I want to use it.
Yeah,
I
but
know
see,
we
No,
have
I
water
agree. Yeah,
bans,
I agree.
and I still can't. I can't get with the water bans when we had water bans up here in Georgia. Only certain
Well,
counties could use their water. I'm like, what?
What you say
What
now?
kind of shit is that? Certain county, you gonna
Okay.
tell me this county over there could use their damn water, but I can't use mine for what I want to use it for? I want to wash my car. I want to wash my
What
car.
you say? I'm
You
gonna
just got to
wash
come give me
I
your
wash
this.
my
ticket.
lady bits. I want to wash it the way I want to wash it, not on a hurry up.
Thank you.
But, it's crazy.
Thank you.
But at the end of
I
the day,
feel like my man feel like that. That's a crock of bullshit.
I'm
that you got to call it for what it is.
Shoot.
They give you a whole
Yeah.
bunch of word salad every time something like this happens. Oh, well,
mm-hmm.
this is the cause. I don't give a fuck what the cause is. Fix it
Yeah.
ASAP.
yeah.
Hmm.
Sure.
But
And
hold on. But
that's
up
how you
here,
talk to them. You don't. Well, they're working on it, and we just gotta get this
mhm,
water, and we just can't drink it. And we
man,
don't.
Mm.
No,
dude,
fuck
I
that.
don't want.
You
I
better
wouldn't want to
have
hear that.
some. Your mentality should be. more angrier than mine.
Right.
When you talk in front of the camera, whenever they put y'all in front of a fucking camera,
Right.
you need to be telling them exactly how the fuck you feel, and,
Mhm.
and let them
Mm-hmm.
know it's a sense of urgency to this. We're
Mhm.
not just gonna sit here because when you say, "Well, we'll just make do,
Nah,
we'll make
no,
it.
bro. That's
God will
that old.
provide a way."
That's that
No,
old
fuck
man.
all
That's
of
that
that.
old mentality right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's from way
Fuck
back
all
in the
that.
day.
Yep.
That's from way
If you
back in the day
don't,
mentality. See,
you
no.
hit them with if you don't correct this, and I mean ASAP,
Mm-hmm.
and give them a date,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see me and every other resident, and we're gonna be on your doorstep.
Bro,
Exactly.
look, I know you remember when they was talking about Georgia and Florida fighting over the water. You know,
Mhm.
hold on. The water come out of Lake Lanier. Okay, what Florida got it? Florida got a buku water down there. What you talking
Sure
about?
do.
Well,
I
Lake
can't
Lanier,
use my
that water
water.
don't come out of Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier is man-made. That
And shit.
water come
Right.
off the
Yeah.
Exactly.
Chattahoochee.
It's man. Yeah, I know it's man made, but they come up. We get drinking water from Lake. I don't care. I'm
Oh
gonna
no,
use my
y'all don't
water.
want that. Them dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
know.
your
I know what you're
drinking
saying.
ancestors.
Shoot. I just found out about Lake Lanier. Probably about somebody told me that about. I found out
Oh
about it about a
Lord,
year
them
ago.
our ancestors
You
down at
know.
the bottom of
Yeah.
Lake
I don't.
Lanier.
That's why. That's why I want to get in that water. But anyway,
I don't want to depend on anyone
you
either.
know.
I just,
No.
Oh,
but at the end of the day, I don't know what to tell you. It's
You know,
just
Now my
you know
neighbor
what,
got a good.
Carbon?
He catches rainwater.
I'm gonna say this. I
yeah.
bet you they got
Hmm.
clean water for the factories out in Jacksonville
oh
and
yeah,
Right.
Jackson.
you know
I
they
bet
do.
you the
Yeah.
Hmm.
industry, the
Hmm.
company, the businesses have
Mhm.
potable drinking water.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, they
Uh,
good.
They
Yeah.
can't
So
even.
if they got it,
They
Mhm.
good.
you can have it.
Right. If the businesses can't the infrastructure sucks, so they can't even maintain a business there for it to grow and thrive at some point.
So
The
City
whole
Hall don't have water.
That's
the
what I'm saying. They have no, they
I'll
have
be taking a
business and
bath
they
at
have
City
water.
Water at City Hall, walking right past the mayor. Excuse me, with a bathroom because I
Hmm.
can take a shower. Since you have it here, I'm gonna use it. And they should just
Hmm.
bum rush. No, no, let me not say that. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying.
But you can do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's what you should do. It says I don't have clean drinking water and you have it. Guess where I'm coming? And if enough
Come in
of
your
you could
house.
you could
Come in
you
your
could
place.
lock me up,
Mhm.
but you can't lock
Hmm.
100,000
Everybody up.
people or however many
That's
people the
right.
residents of Jackson got that's affected by this. You can't lock us all up. You ain't got no jail
Nope.
space for that.
Yeah.
Sure can't.
So this is where we gonna be camped out in front of your spots every fucking day.
That's what I'm
This
talking
is what
about.
I was saying, Jay. Great. I was like, if that particular area, because he said it's not everybody, right? And he's saying it's
Right.
180,000 people. Fine. Start busting them out all over.
Hmm.
Doing it for everybody else. Do it for these people that's right here on this soil until y'all fix this, because
I
that
bet
is.
they got some mansions around there somewhere
I'm
They
pretty sure they
absolutely do. That's
have
where them
full
people
of
live.
water.
they have hotels, they have all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Get
Mhm.
all of that stuff and put these people so they can get some water. But if
Hmm.
you don't demand it, they're gonna be like, "Oh, y'all fine there, fine, stay there. Y'all not
Hmm.
making no noise about it, so why should we?"
No, okay, listen, because there's a comment in the chat that says that Jackson's water problems have been going on for about 40 years.
Yeah, they have.
What?
Really? So, like, y'all just sitting back
Dang.
letting this stuff
Hmm.
happen?
I had
Man,
no
I'll be
idea.
at the Capitol with buckets of water from my house, just dumping it on the representatives.
For 40 years, like, how do these people keep getting elected if they're not fixing your water? I'll be like, we're not doing jack shit
Mm,
until y'all fix this.
Yeah, but
And
somebody
mm,
also
mm.
said, Carbon, that, they still have sundown towns there. So
I
I
Every
mean,
state has sundown
you
town.
corner
Every
an
single
animal.
state.
Go ahead and corner an animal. At this point, if I can't wash my ass, I'm an animal. It's gonna be a problem.
well,
At
that's
some
what I'm
point, you
trying to
gotta
say. Like,
say stop it.
just
Mm-mm.
because they have sundown towns there doesn't mean that something can't still be done, right? So let's use this as a scenario. Let's say that
Hmm.
we all made donations and we filled up his truck, right? So
Right.
he going to Jackson. Y'all think we gonna let him go unescorted?
Right, right, right.
You understand what I'm saying? So like,
Shoot, they probably
ain't
hit me
nobody
up.
saying ain't nobody
I want
saying
that
go in there
water.
looking for a fight,
40
but
years.
be
Hmm.
prepared
Right.
to defend yourself is
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying. Because like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's so we can't keep being afraid because of this or that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it boils down to is the comfortability and the fear tactics. And and just being docile. Like, come on, you
And
know what I'm
and that's
saying?
why the residents ain't rising up themselves. Is
But
because they're scared. They're docile.
Well,
exactly.
they're
But
being
what
told
Concept Tony's saying though is the first method. Like we gotta,
Mhm.
if we had to escort him in there, once we get there, like we said, we're gonna be educating the people on what it is they need to do, not just with the water and how to have resources for their own water, but also how to do. I think we need to start putting the campaign out there beforehand though about how to go and attack their city council and their mayor's office. Like that's something we really need to be trying to
That's the
focus
main
on and
step
get
right
that
there.
word
that is
out.
the main step.
That's the first
Mhm.
thing that we got to do. We can come in with the water, but what's the next step? That's it. So
Hmm.
that right there, you know what I'm
Somebody
saying?
have to know how to do something over there because you got a whole college. You got a
Mhm.
They have
HBCU college over there. Somebody
there
have to
are
know
people that
something.
know how to
Deion
do it.
Sanders over there. So it's
Mhm.
somebody that got some smarts over there who knows something besides us who don't
Don't
live
college
there.
students have to do like internships? You need people to come
The
to
excuse
school.
that they gave, the excuse they, I'm sorry, Carl,
No,
the
go ahead.
excuse that he gave that the people are untrained, that don't know how to do this. You have a whole population of people that
Mhm.
are unskilled workers.
Mhm.
Guess what? That's their new skill now.
Right.
Bring them
There
in
you
there
go.
and show them how to do it. And it don't
Somebody
take
do
two
it.
fucking years to do it.
They also said that they were willing to hire retired individuals who that was their old profession, but they can only work 20 hours not to mess up their retirement benefits.
Mm.
That's fine. I like hire a whole bunch of them and just make it work for the this 8 hours, whatever shifts you got going on to get this done.
They can bring out they can do that. They can bring
I mean,
outside
thank
people
you for
from
coming through. I'm sorry.
they can bring FEMA has contractors
Mm-hmm.
that do stuff like that, do water infrastructure. They
Right.
have on site, they have construction workers and plumbers that come in and rebuild whole infrastructures.
Mm-hmm.
There's money for this.
Right.
So this, the
Dude.
excuses that are given is bullshit. Now I challenge the people that
Exactly.
live there.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all stop listening to your fucking leadership there that's telling you it's okay to live like this. Because I guarantee you, these
It's
black
not.
folks ain't living like that because they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
But they got a pastor, they got some somebody from probably the Black Caucus or the Democratic Party telling them, well, they gonna do it. Just keep voting like you voting because the Republicans don't care about it. Don't neither one of you motherfuckers care about me. So now I'm taking my survival into my own fucking hands by
Mm-hmm.
giving you
Amen.
number one out the fucking
That's
tank.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Cause they could get help from surrounding states to fix everything.
Yes, they could.
Mm-hmm. Hutch just said it just now. He said that it's not a sexy political advertisement to fix
Uh,
a situation like that, and that is part of the problem too. They're like, yeah, nobody wants to hear that. Let's move on to something else, and that's crazy. It's not. Let me see. That's not true. A lot of black tradesmen come from there. They got the skills. They just want. They just want hire them, and they
I mean,
say
I have
Exactly.
mechanical
I believe.
skills. Good Lord, you pay me good, I'll go there.
it's
I'll work on it.
I believe exactly what you just read, Carvin. I believe
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
crazy it on the head. They don't want to hire you, and when they hire you, they don't want to pay you what you worth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never that, man. Come on, dude. That's why I got the auto industry.
But they'll
Mm-hmm.
You
pay.
know.
But they will pay certain people.
Mm-hmm. Because there were people that was getting over 100 hours in overtime,
Bro,
but
you hit it. That's right.
so you know they wasn't doing no work because if you don't have enough people to get the work done, you just sitting there caking that money.
Hmm.
They didn't care.
I
They
mean, you
didn't
never
care.
went home. You just worked every day, 24 hours a day, then
Mhm.
you getting 100.
Right? Yeah, but I'm looking.
My thing
They
is
never
this:
went home.
I don't hear none of them talking about compensation for the people, and that's what you never hear. You didn't hear that in Flint. You don't hear it here. It's how are you
Hmm.
prepared to compensate these people for the losses that and the health problems that you caused?
Yeah, because they're gonna have health problems. You're right.
Hmm.
And Constitution Carpenter, you're right. What was it? Was it Granny Carmen? She was saying like the potholes in the street, the just it's a hot mess where that place is particular. She's not from that part,
Sound
but
like New
So,
Orleans.
so I
yeah.
got a question is for those who have the skills but aren't being hired, right?
Hmm.
Why they ain't swooping in with their capes to fix their stuff in their neighborhood? Like, forget that. We ain't gonna wait on you.
Hmm.
Because that requires them to have
Yeah.
tools and resources that they may not have. Just because you know how to do it, don't mean you have the tools to do it.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Carmen, do they have anybody from there in the chat?
Hmm? I don't
Do we
think
have anybody from that chat who could
I, don't,
talk?
I just actually reached out to him, and if he's listening, I'm so sorry if I yelled at you. I'm not frustrated with you a little bit, but not. It wasn't directed towards you. I just want y'all to fight back, fight for what you're supposed to have.
What's
That
up,
is
cuzzo?
a necessity, and I get it.
That make a lot of sense there.
Yeah.
Don't sit up and
Fight
let
back,
yourself get
fight back.
And
right.
that's what I mean too. Like I understand what you're saying. Like they might not have the tools, but hell, come up
Right.
with something.
Right. And
Something
I'm
come
not
up.
already in
You know
like
what
a
I'm
jacked up
saying?
situation, but
I mean, shoot, you make a way out of no way. When you get lemons, you make lemonade. I mean, we are the inventors. Come on, we're not gonna make no excuses no more. We got to
Well,
get out of that frame of mind. We make too many excuses.
Carbon, has
Exactly.
anybody reached out to
True.
that
True.
brother that had the filtration system up in Flint? That army vet that made his own filtration system that pulls the
In the back,
moisture out the air.
desalinization type system, huh? It was like in the back of a trailer.
No, it was in the back of the trailer, but it pulls moisture out the air and creates water.
Right. Okay.
That's a
I
hell
was
of a system
I
now.
was gonna tag what's his name. It sounds crazy. I'm not really a big fan of celebrities, but Will Smith's son, he makes his own water. I was going to reach out to see if he could send some that way. I don't know, but that's an even better idea.
I've been looking at some setups and researching how to make your own little water table, right?
Hmm.
So let's say that you had you some 6 mil plastic and you had you like a cement bin you would use that we a lot of us use in gardening. But if you were to use
Hmm.
that, put a couple of holes in the bottom corner, tilt it, and then have some pipes that attach to it, and have a bucket underneath there, and you cover that with
Hmm.
plastic, the condensation that comes naturally would build up under there and create water within that little setup. So I just thought that was something cool that I've been looking into as far as being able to
Uh,
create your own water source.
you can also create your own water with dehumidifiers and stuff too. Couple
Yeah.
gallons a day.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You also can get a 5-gallon bucket, get charcoal, sand, and some fabric, and filter your water through.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Real deal.
Well, how much?
What's up, real deal?
How's
Yes.
everybody doing?
Welcome.
All right. All right. All right. What's up? What's up?
I would say I'm doing good, but I'm at work, so.
That's all right. At least you're
How
working.
well with that
Right.
charcoal filter? Because I think that's a good idea. A lot of us don't think about filtering your stuff through charcoal naturally.
Yeah.
And how well would that work with some of those people there in Mississippi right now? You think they could do that?
What's in their water?
They said everything. Well, at one point they had lead. From the lead, it went to the ice storm that backed up, so the pressure is not coming through to have the water, flush the water or whatever. Now the rainfall, it was so high that they weren't able to test the water in order to see if it has any contaminants or whatever is going on in it. So as
Well,
far as the technical terminology, don't ask me right now with this headache, but I'll send it to you.
So
gotcha.
they have water. So they have water. They're just contaminated.
Right, it's
Right.
contaminated, but it's
Right.
also an issue with the pressure. They weren't able to flush the toilet or the fire hydrants or running water. Some people have it, some people don't. So it was like a hit or miss. Monday there was no pressure. Tuesday they got a little bit more pressure. So who knows what's gonna happen?
That
Like
sounds
So,
like
so
that.
pipes
Sounds,
are backed up too. Then.
yes, because everything that was given, he may or may not be explaining the full scope of it. I don't know. So I'm working off the contents of what it said.
Right.
But all the excuses that they gave don't make no sense. You
Mhm.
have
Make
low water
a bit of
pressure.
sense at all.
If
Right.
you have low water pressure, that means you have pumps down.
Hmm.
Pumping station
Right.
pumps
Well,
water from one spot to another.
Tony, that
Right.
was the other thing. They're saying not only is it the water engineers, is that the people who do basic maintenance of the actual water plant, they didn't hire for that either. So if you don't have the people that's making the little parts work, the big parts is not going to work.
For sure.
So it's been
It's
mismanaged. So the
mismanaged, grossly mismanaged for quite some time. And I think it's like 100-year-old system, if I'm not mistaken.
Once again, they send all this money to Ukraine.
Right,
Right?
Mhm.
And say
And
it, bro.
we can't
Preach. I'm
fix it.
taking that.
right.
And where's our president at? Why isn't he clearing this as a natural emergency and pumping
Man,
to fix the problem?
Because
That's
he's too
y'all
busy
president.
giving. He too busy
Well,
giving
you heard what he
Ukraine
said.
money.
She said that's y'all's
Well, you heard what he
president. Like we
said. He
had
was
a
talking about
choice.
what?
Y'all president.
He was talking about the infrastructure, right?
Ain't mine neither.
Yeah.
Neither was
Well,
Trump.
He
you
keep
know,
preaching the
Neither
infrastructure
one
bill,
of us.
don't he?
right?
Shit.
He's saying the infrastructure. The gentleman that originally wanted, he went on vacation, so I wasn't able to get him. But I'm glad that Crown did come on because at least he's telling you from the point of view of what's going on there. They're stuck in the middle of it, and sometimes it's just hard just to see past it because I think they're just so accustomed to living that way. It's when we hear it, it's like what, and they're like, yeah, well, this is what we do.
This is what we
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
this
go,
is-
yeah, we go fishing and we have 3-eyed fishes blinking at us as we're pulling them out.
right.
You know, I live here in South Bend, and what was it? 20 years ago, South Bend got fined by the government. They were pumping raw sewage into St. Joe County, and that's into the river, and that's the drinking water. And the city was
What?
pumping raw sewage into it.
Wow.
They do that in Portland. Yep, they do that in Portland. There's an allowed amount each year that can go in there.
That's why I'm not trying to sound like commercial,
Mm-hmm.
but that's why, get a Berkey.
Right. It was the best money I ever spent.
You take the most nastiest water and filter it through a Berkey, and it doesn't take any
Right.
electrical power, and you have clean drinking water.
That's
Wow.
why Carbon Q. That's why I want to piggyback off of this stream and actually make a stream on my panel to actually, because I mean we could send gallons and thousands of gallons of waters to the citizens, right? That's a band-aid. But
Right.
if we teach these residents how to actually make their own water, clean their own water, I guarantee you the system will fix that system because all of a sudden they ain't got nobody paying their bills because they're taking care of their own necessities. So if we could teach some people how to actually clean their water and live in the situation that they're in, you know what I mean, then that right there will be a win. And I do believe there's a lot of educated people within this community that could help a lot of people.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm gonna
I
try
want
to
to
pull
know.
something together.
We need
I
to
want to
get with
know.
some people that's down there so that we
Yeah,
can connect
yeah, exactly.
these
I
them
want
and
to
then
know
they
if we
can
can get Berkey to donate some of them water filters.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about too. Because
Where?
these
You can
companies
donate
can
those
come
water
through.
Could I
filters,
find
and
them
you can make your
online?
own with a 5-gallon bucket with 2 buckets.
right. I think
Right,
just
right.
how to do it. It might be more cost effective, I
But
guess.
with
Or
these companies, it's a tax write off too, because they could
yeah.
just be donated.
I mean, why we gotta
We
look
could
and
pull
see if they
something
do it online?
together.
We can just call them out.
Right, exactly.
We
I
all
think
make
you
a
already
video.
did.
Everybody, I mean, yeah, but each of us got our own platforms too. Start spreading it on our
Right.
own platforms too.
Mhm.
Make it a big deal. I mean, and not just on
Booyah.
YouTube.
That's it.
Put it
And
out there. You know what I'm saying? Because like this is ridiculous. And like you said, it's a tax write off for them. Man, that ain't gonna be nothing for them. Give up them daggone filters.
one thing they need to look out for is if I think most southern states, I don't know if Mississippi has this restriction on pretty much pulling your own water. Like you say, filtering your own water and stuff like that. They be real funny about that. They was funny about me building my filtration system. So you
Yeah,
got to look at
Who?
your
What
make sure
county?
that
but
huh?
you got
What
to.
county was that? Mind me asking.
Newton County.
Oh,
Good.
yeah. I
Yeah,
already
they
Make
know.
them
want they
uncomfortable.
tried to find me
Yeah.
with $35,000 and $10,000
that
a
comment
day.
right there though.
Yeah,
This comment right here though. This
Right.
comment
You see
right
that?
here.
Who?
This comment right.
Who that?
that's
This
right.
comment right here.
Triple S.
Okay, okay. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Like,
right.
ain't nobody trying to come in and just put on no cape.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? That's energy and time. Like everybody ain't gonna make it. Damn it. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but shit.
Yeah, look at Puerto
I'm just
Rico.
tired of
They
trying to
not these
act. I
folks
mean,
not lazy
if a
though.
person ain't gonna be proactive, what you gonna do? I mean, we can do the
Right,
best
right.
we can. We can do the best we can. I ain't saying don't do nothing. That is not what I'm saying.
Hey
But I'm
Right.
Tony,
just
Right.
saying, like,
I agree with you. They're not lazy.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you on that. But you must seek out the knowledge to help yourself.
Now that I will agree with.
You know what I'm saying? No, they've been living this for years. You can
Mm-hmm.
go on YouTube. YouTube is full of preppers that teaches how to do filtering and
Yep.
all that stuff.
man,
Yep.
But you know
I
what?
am my brother's keeper. But
Right.
if I don't have to lift you up, I can help another brother up.
Right. You
one
know
of
what?
them wants lifting.
I'm gonna say this. Before I got into prepping, I didn't even know anything about prepping.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right.
I've seen anything about it, and I think if you, I don't. Okay, like you gotta go in there and want to be like, how do we fix this? And maybe something might pop up. A lot of prepping channels don't get a lot of algorithm play.
Sure won't.
big ones or little ones, it is something that you're not going to get. So I don't know. I
I
think to connect with a group of people down there,
Yeah.
share that information. I think they should learn how to make their own stuff as far as their water filtration, because you give them something right, and then something goes wrong with it. Then what happens? But if you teach them how to build it and how to do it on their own,
uh,
that they can move forward and teach other people, that
Mhm.
makes a difference.
teach
I'm
a
about to
man how
mute
to
up real
fish.
quick, y'all,
Right.
because my
Straight up.
cousins live there. I'm about to mute up and call my cousin real quick. I'll be right back.
But
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say something. A
Uh-huh.
lot of people say they lazy, they unintelligent. Well, I want y'all to look at something. Now, admittedly, they said they've been going through this for 40 fucking years.
Right.
The government just came out and said a couple years ago, said there is no such thing as any safe levels of lead in your water.
Hmm.
So if they've been drinking contaminated water for the last 40 years, yes, there may be some cognitive issues with the
Right.
residents there because they've been drinking contaminated water for a generation.
Right. You're right.
And
True.
when you fight a fight and you keep getting beat down and beat down and beat down, you just get tired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe they just need people to show them how to do something a
it,
different
it's,
way.
it's it's a lot going on with Mississippi that people don't take into account. You talking about the state that abolished slavery in 2008.
Yeah. Well.
Mhm.
So,
Well, look at Flint, Michigan.
so
Hmm.
They still don't have decent water.
Yeah. That, it's been like how long?
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
true.
unfortunately, there's no quick fix to this.
But
No.
my thing is like Flint, now Mississippi. Like
Mhm.
when is it your turn?
Yeah, yeah. Who
You-
next?
So like it's not just their.
Exactly.
We all should be paying attention to this and saying, hey, what does our water infrastructure look like? What y'all doing over here? Because
Mhm.
that's not going
Mhm.
to happen here.
You
Or
know,
what
you can
plan
look that up.
here? Right? Exactly.
And
It's
I
an
think FEMA got it's on FEMA's website. They show you where you got contaminated water at.
I
mhm.
wonder if there's a
Mm.
natural resource in Jackson, Mississippi.
I'm sure.
Yeah, they
Like
Well,
got it. The
I'm
Mississippi
sure they
Mississippi.
River.
got lakes and
I'm
ponds and
sure.
creeks. They have
Creeks. They got
surfaces.
wells. They got wells. Somebody
Mhm.
got something.
I'm sure.
You just
I'm
got to
looking
remember.
at it as why they doing it, because usually it's a reason. Like Flint had Flint. Don't forget what
Mhm.
Flint is.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean when I
Yeah.
say natural resources.
There you go.
What is it? What's the reason that they're doing what they're doing? Because y'all know it's all organized.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, the
That's I
system.
just read.
I'm,
The
I
I'm,
just
I'm,
system.
read something about the. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no,
Oh,
go
you go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I just read something about the government supposed to had them wiped out. What?
Mhm.
A big percentage of the people. The government supposed to have them did that. Through various things like what's happening with the COVID, the monkeypox, and all that stuff. And
Mhm.
sometimes I think that some of this is just a part of them trying to wipe out most of the cities. Because that's been their plan. Especially Bill
Depopulation.
Gates,
New World Order.
depopulation. That's been Bill
Uh,
Gates.
Mm-hmm.
Depop part of it. Is to make you sick, and sooner or later you're gonna die off. I
and
mean,
it's also to see what we'll take. You know what I mean? They push us and see how much we will actually
yeah,
take. And clearly we
yep,
take a lot, more
that's
than we
right. And
should.
if you, that's right. And if you took that snake juice. All that's supposed to be part of it. So it won't phase me if you're gonna get a lot more people drop off.
Oh, they're dropping off left and right.
Not the snake juice, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you took
He
that
called
snake
it.
juice. I
He
mean,
did it
that's a
right.
part of it. You got to realize the way they did it. I mean, they got people. I'm not saying I'm not against it. Let me cut it right now. Not against it. Everybody to each his own.
This is
But
for entertainment purposes
if they
only.
put something out that you don't know what's
Yeah.
in it, if it works and you take it right quick,
And no
oh,
long-term
this,
studies.
know what it is, then you could be in trouble. The
Right,
Bible
right.
speaks on all this stuff that's going on.
Guinea
You
pig.
know, if you check it out a little bit in the biblical aspect of it, and in the God and the Lord said, "Oh, you don't take that stuff." So
Mm.
what
Right,
what
right.
people went did? They said this gonna help you. Okay.
See that part about the embezzling of the money? Like this is all organized. So not taking away from what
Everything,
you're
yeah,
saying.
it is.
Apologies.
I'm gonna throw something out there to y'all.
Go
Okay.
ahead, throw it. I'm gonna catch it, brother.
It's that it's not lost on me that the same party that says it's a human rights violation to abolish abortion. And women should have a right to do whatever they want to do with their body. This is what the Democratic Party said, right?
Yep.
So shouldn't I have the right to do whatever I want with my body as regards to taking a jab? Shouldn't the same rules apply?
Should.
I'm
It
just
should
saying,
apply.
there's a
It should
lot of
apply with
hypocrisy
you,
out
and
That part.
yeah, it should apply to you in fixing something to get you some fresh drinking water. Should
there.
apply to that. All
Yeah,
these people, you shouldn't be fined. I didn't know that they did that to you in Newton,
yeah,
bro.
they'll fine you if you get
So if I do
rainwater.
that, uh huh.
They'll fine you, bro.
So if I do that, I'm in Clayton. So if I do that over here, I wonder if they'll try to get and find me for it.
Yes, they
I'm
will.
kind of wondering about that.
The state of Georgia says any water that drops on the ground
Right.
belongs to the state
But
of
you
water.
catching it before it
But it
goes on
doesn't
the
even
ground.
belong to this. But it doesn't even belong to the state,
Belong
because
to
if
the
you really
state.
look
Yeah.
into it, see how many Nestle companies are in that state. See how many
Big right.
Aquafina companies are in that state, because that's why they're doing it over here in Oregon, is because by us taking the water from the sky, we're supposedly taking it from the creeks and the springs that Nestle and Aquafina and Coca-Cola is using to have their water. So we're
But
taking from
But
the
what if you
companies,
take a
but the
32-gallon drum, you taking it out from off your house, coming out the gutter?
Build that little
I got
water
one
that's a
of my
table.
fine.
neighbors doing that, huh?
Build that
That's
little water
That's
table
a
I'm
fine.
telling y'all about
you
and
can
hide it.
do it. You can do it in the state of Georgia, but they gonna fine you if they
Build
ever
that
come.
water
Man, get the
table
hell out of here.
and
Get
hide
the
it.
hell out of
Oh,
here, man. That's coming off my house. It's coming out of my drain.
Build that water table and hide it where it's behind a tree or something. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
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 yeah.
Like,
exactly.
man, look, I'm sorry. Carbon, I gotta be careful on your channel, baby, because this is not my
Go
channel.
ahead,
This
baby.
is what
Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
say a
Go
lot.
ahead. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Why sit here lest we die? Why
Huh?
you sit here?
Right.
Why sit here lest we die? Why you sit here? Oh, they said I can't collect rainwater. I mean, okay, who is they? Who is they? Who is they? Is they greater than me?
Well, if I give me a
Well,
55-gallon barrel, plastic barrel, I'm sure gonna get mine, collect mine.
I mean, you
So
just
if you
gotta
do it, what they
use
got
the
to take the water or just give you a fine? Because
You
I'll
know,
take the fine. I'm still keeping my water.
okay.
so
Right,
I'll,
right.
Okay,
Just
ain't
don't
the
get
best way to
caught.
do
I'll
something is
use
right
this
in
You
their
as an
know.
face, right?
example.
Ain't the best way to do something is right in their face? Ain't that how they do it?
That's right. I'll use
Well,
this as an
Yeah.
example. Alcohol was against the country until people decided no more and started drinking alcohol out in public, and then they couldn't
Prohibition.
afford to go anymore, and they had to get rid of it.
Prohibition. Yep. That's it. Prohibition.
But garbage some shit so that it runs into someplace else and you don't ever see it. But at the end of the day, you just know where it is. A little trap door in your
Yeah.
house, right downstairs. Pull it out and keep going.
So we got to start doing our water like we doing moonshine underneath the wood, underneath the cover of darkness, huh?
Or everybody just needs to start doing it out in the opening and saying, "Kiss my."
Yeah. Do it out
yep.
over. There you go.
Mhm.
There you go.
so
You know,
I'm like my brother say. Uh-huh.
our
I'm gonna tell
system
you.
is not set up to take care of us. Our system is for us to be dependent on them and to beat us down.
Mhm.
Because
Exactly.
because once we're beat down, they can control us. Once we start getting the jab in the arm, they control us. Once they fearmonger us, they control us. Until tyranny is tyranny, until good men stand up and say enough's enough. And I'm a free man and stand up and fight for the freedom.
Now, I'm gonna give you a workaround with the water. This is what I do with mine.
Go
So
ahead.
they told me I couldn't do it. I said, okay, but I can build this setup, right? Oh yeah, you can build a setup. I can stick this pipe down into this creek, right? Yeah. You just can't pump no water. So I'm tired of the city water already, but until I flip that switch and cut on where I'm pumping out the back, I haven't broken the law. Hey, you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Yes, you could put the whole setup on there and everything. You haven't broke the law until you collect it.
Pump. As you collect it, yeah, and pump it.
So you can be
That's
prepared.
correct.
And then if something like this happens to you, you already have a setup there. So you just flipping a switch.
I be
Yeah.
pumping at night and filling up my bottle.
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you.
you see where I'm going with it. I'm telling you
Yeah.
something. I'll tell you something. The law is only broken when you get caught.
No, that's what I'm
Right.
doing.
Yeah,
I'm
there you
actually
go. Yeah.
That's true. You don't need driver license until you get caught, right? You don't need driver license until you get
Florida.
caught.
Is Florida supposed to collect rainwater? Are they allowed to collect rainwater in Florida?
Well, they collect water right there in Lake Lanier. So what's the difference?
That's
It's
Georgia though.
it's
Just
no
know.
Yeah,
it's different on the state by
Altoona
state.
too. They collect water in Altoona. So what?
I
They,
don't
they
know.
do it in every state in the
Yeah.
I
union.
done went to Indian Springs, Georgia, and collected water. So I'm
What's a ram pump? I don't know what that is.
A Rand pump
Indian
or
Springs,
a
I had a,
Georgia.
Ram
I had a
pump.
You
porno
get water
reference, but I'm gonna
straight
just
from the
shut up.
spring. It's supposed
Yeah,
to be more to
You
stop
know,
it,
I'm gonna
man.
let you let it
Stop it.
slide today.
change
Get
so
on.
much.
Stop it, man. Stop it.
When you laughed, I was like, oh, I must
We're
have.
not on the other platform. You know
Right.
what? You know it was coming,
Ah.
bro.
Hey, Carvin, I'm gonna have to put the cross up.
No, y'all look real quick before y'all laugh about the ram pump. I want to say this
Go
because I
ahead.
want people,
That's
whoever in
good.
Georgia, take advantage of this if you can. Get to
Go ahead.
Indian
Uh huh.
Springs. Get to Indian Springs, a little
Uh
bit
huh.
south of Atlanta, and collect your water right from that spring while you can. It's a
Indian
surface spring.
Springs. I never heard of it.
hmm
Uh huh.
Oh, it's a state park.
Mm-hmm.
State
It's a
Park. I never
state
been to that
park.
state park. Dang.
Yeah, people line up to go get water from there, man.
Thanks,
They
Secret.
be lining up. Okay.
Wait, I think I heard. I think I'm trying to picture it. I think I heard of it. I just don't
Yes.
know exactly where it's at. I'm gonna find it though.
Yeah, also,
Indian
Hell,
Springs.
hell, I'm a truck
But
driver.
listen, I'm
Hey, look, I'm a truck driver, so you know I'm gonna find it. You know what I
man,
mean?
look, I be going up there getting water because I'm leaving town even 4
Thanks,
hours
Sedge. I
away.
ain't
I
talking to
don't care.
Uh-huh.
I
Ghetto
gotta go to
or
somewhere.
BP.
Anyway, back to talking
See,
y'all ram pump.
they
BP
also
know
they
what I'm
But
also
talking
have a
about.
spot in Augusta, right off of Bel Air
uh,
Road in Augusta. If you know, if anybody know anything about Augusta, it's a spot right off of Bel Air Road that is
Bel
a
Road.
natural spring, and they have a
Is that
spring.
exit 190? That exit 190?
I
Where you
think
get
that is
off
what.
right there by the pilot?
Yeah, that's it. Right.
Okay, okay.
You get down,
Well, okay.
go about half a mile up.
Yeah.
They got
I
a pump that sits out the ground. It's right off of the bridge, and that's a natural spring. It's in the underground reservoir, and it's free for anybody. You just walk up to it, turn on like turn on the water faucet, and it's free water for anybody.
Damn, bro. Shit, that's Richland
Mm,
County. They
yeah,
let you get some free stuff out of
we got a lot up here too like that. Mosaic, you should come up on panel, man. He lives in Puerto Rico. He's been living off of rainwater for the last 3 years because their water
mm,
down there is just as natural.
mm.
I tell you, I got lucky and was able to move out in the country, and I live in a agriculture area. But I tell you, when we moved in our house, the first thing I did was I had a hand pump
Mhm.
drilled into my ground. That's
Well,
the first thing I did.
uh,
That way, if the water ever
yeah.
went out and the electric ever went out, that I can hand pump my own water.
I did the same
Mhm.
thing. Sure
My,
did.
yeah.
And
When
it
I
only
lived in the
cost me
city,
$300.
oh, yeah. When
You
I lived
think
in the city, I
you think they'll
had
let me
two
drill a
sprayers.
well in my backyard in Clayton?
Fuck them. Don't ask them. Just do it. Oh,
Oh,
You
sorry.
live in a city, you live in a county, you live in the country.
yeah, I live in the county. Yeah,
If
but
you
I'm
live
in a
in a county, you
subdivision.
should be able to. You can do your own pump.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I
Just
believe
put a
these
No,
shed
folks
not
see
in
over
me
it.
every
doing that,
city.
they gonna call on me.
It's
Look,
not
man,
They
every
gonna
build a
city.
call on
shed
me.
and do it like
You in the
that. Keep a
county
shed
Are
and
over
you
it.
in the
Hide it.
city
are
is
you on
different.
city
Yeah,
water or are
check
you
into
on
that.
well water?
I'm on city water.
Oh,
See,
But
that's
if
the
you're in
thing.
the
I'm on city
county,
water.
you should inquire about that because maybe if you
yeah.
can go ahead and have your own well installed.
'Cause
Things
you
are
Yeah,
got
I'm
more
in
different
the
freedom
county.
in the
I'm in the
county than you
county.
do the
I'm in
city.
Clayton.
because
Yeah,
things
I'm
are
in Clayton
different.
County.
Things are different if you're in the city versus the county.
Yeah, you got
Or
to
you
Yeah.
pay
can do
attention
like,
to the county.
Well, what
or
you
Well,
or
I
see,
mean, and if they require a permit, go ahead and do the damn permit because you want
Yeah.
to
that's
do your
it.
shit right. I mean, it
yeah,
is what it is. Do it right. You understand what I'm saying? But
yeah,
like, look
yeah,
into it. It's worth it.
Hey,
yeah. I'm
there's
in the
video.
city. I'm in the city. You know.
especially if things fail, like Tony said. You know what I mean? It's a hell of a backup plan. You're not breaking the laws
Damn
until you
sure
actually
is.
use it.
You
That's
can
right.
So
do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You can do it.
Uh
Find
huh.
out where your water table is. They got companies out that way. There's a lot of companies out your way that they'll
Oh, it
come out.
is out my way.
Yeah, they'll
Oh,
come out
okay.
and see if water can be pumped from the ground.
Okay, that's what little sprout. That's what's
If you
up.
do that, what's that process? Okay, once they find out, you can put the infrastructure together. You just can't.
Uh huh.
What's up? Yeah.
You tie it all into it, and then you have like a what they call it, an automatic transfer switch, where you can
Oh,
switch it.
okay.
You can switch it over if need
Hmm.
be. So you ain't broke, like I said, you ain't broke no laws until you switch it over.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I got you. I
You
got
And
you.
they got to be sitting there watching you, I'm assuming, in order to see you switch that bad boy over.
Uh-huh.
yes.
Hey.
Yeah, they gonna sit back there in my yard. Look, huh?
Right.
Let
Unless
them look
somebody
for a
put up a
while.
camera, like, oh my God, he's over there collecting water at nighttime from his.
Well, they got
You don't have you don't live in the HMO, do you?
Yep, I sure do.
HMO.
So you
Can't
got
stand it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
HOA.
stand
yeah,
it, bro.
you're not gonna be able
That
to do it
might
well because you got the
Home
HMO telling
association.
you what you can and what you can't do with
be.
your own
Yeah.
property.
Yeah, but hold on, but we're not as bad now. Like some HMOs, we're not as bad. Some HMOs because HMO because some of these people don't even pay into it. So they
HMOs
eventually they
and
want to get
HOAs.
HMO.
I
Yeah,
know
they
that's
want to
why I'm
get
tripping too. I'm like,
they
wait a
want to
minute,
get
I
HMO.
don't. Yeah, I didn't
We
mean
turn straight
HMO. I
medical.
mean
home
HOA.
associate home association. That's what it's
Association,
association.
home association.
I'm
HOA,
Home
like,
associate.
HOA,
Yeah,
baby. Hey,
But
we
they
gotta
tell you
have
what
some
color
fun
your
in it.
mailbox has to
Gotta
be.
have some fun in
that's
it.
right. You can't
if
put
I
bricks
use
around.
my
You gotta
HMO,
ask, can you change the front
do the
door?
will.
Yeah,
Could I go it on and put a something over my driveway?
your flag can
Can I
only be
paint
out
my
from
front?
5 to 5:30.
Yeah, your grass have to be a certain height.
Yeah,
Like I said, we not as bad as some HMOs, but
and
we
then you got
we just gonna
Karen
keep
walking
it
around the
pushing.
neighborhood checking on, making sure everybody's
I'm gonna
okay.
see if my insurance covers me getting a well.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Now I'm gonna tell you,
HMO, shoot.
I'm gonna
Man, I
tell you
passed through
something.
your county today, Newton County.
If
A
you
couple
if you
hours
if,
ago, I passed through there. Yeah.
if you
I got
do it, the
I got
only
some
way they can
here.
tell that you pumping your own water is when they come read your meter.
Mm.
Right.
But
You
they
send
read
them.
my meter sitting out. They read my meter sitting out there in their truck. They don't even get out the truck and read your meter.
You got the smart
They don't
meters?
do that
Yeah,
no
you
more.
probably
Yeah,
got a
that
smart
new
meter.
stuff they do,
Yeah,
yeah.
smart
Oh
meter.
no,
Yeah, they
no,
sit in the
no,
truck.
no.
They
I went.
drive
Okay.
past in the truck. They sit out there. Matter of fact, they don't sit on my street. They sit at the corner down there and read everybody meters. That's how
Uh,
powerful that thing is.
So, but you do it on you can gradually do it and gradually bring down your water bill because you're not utilizing the water on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
couple hours a day, if you wanna feel you just want to run your well water after you done tapped your well, do that
right.
Hmm.
off.
How you would get caught would be just straight switching over and not
Yeah.
using the city
Yeah,
stuff. You want to gradually just
Oh,
use it for emergencies only.
So
yeah.
right,
So
right.
they'll be wondering why my bill's so low, huh?
mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they gonna monitor.
Same. That was the same reason we got caught growing back in the '90s and stuff. Because the electric bill be so freaking high, they'll come in and be like, "Wait a minute."
You know you done told a whole lie
Uh
without saying nothing.
huh.
They watch.
She ain't right, man.
They
She ain't
know.
right. I mean, I
Yeah,
remember the meter thing. I remember the meter thing back in the day. They just put a different meter on, make it like bill be $20 something dollars.
I
You know
wonder.
that
I remember them days.
that's the
Them
Like,
smart.
same
Here.
that's the same way it used to be back in the day before they took all the damn poles down, the telephone poles down. You used to be able to go up there and plug up to.
Free cable, yeah,
You
get that
know it,
cable.
Husha.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
And get
You
that
can
Hell
cut my
yeah.
cable.
lights off.
they don't
Cut
blow
my
that.
lights off if you want to.
Dude, I see the dude. I see the
Yeah.
Gonna
dude
use
doing
your
that in Henry
lights.
County, man. He had his ladder way up there on the poles, and he was up there, putting that cable on. Henry County pull up on it. Wasn't no cable truck out there. I said, well, boy, he
Then I,
going to jail.
then
Oh
I
Lord.
changed it. Now you ain't been able to do that in about 20 years. But back in the
Yeah,
day,
back in the day. Yeah, I
No.
see that.
Look, y'all, I'm
I
gonna
only
tell
been up
y'all.
here
Go
Right,
ahead.
15.
right
I'm sorry.
No, you're
Yeah,
okay. My bad. I
yeah,
want to tell
there to
y'all
yeah.
something else, though.
eventually. Right.
I was I have a well here, and like I was saying, I did have a pump
Hey,
installed,
TK.
right? A hand pump installed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sometime last year, one of the counties show up talking about they want to test my water because and I have my own water treatment filtration on it that I paid about $6,000 to $8,000 for my damn self too, like
Mm-hmm.
hot tub Tony. So I even have um reverse osmosis
I
water.
tell Tony.
Look, that's my boy.
Thank you,
I
Bob.
even got reverse osmosis water. So they
Welcome.
came, they
Yeah.
called themselves doing this water test. They sent me the paperwork and everything. And they was like, we'll come and replace everything you have free of charge. And this was from the government, right?
yeah.
Y'all
Mm-hmm.
think I took advantage of that?
If
You
it's free,
did?
it did.
Hell no.
I'm
Y'all
finna
Oh,
think
say
that
I
is
that's
it.
got
a
my
Yeah.
money
lot.
on
I
the
would say,
table?
wait a
Oh,
minute.
about
Trust
to
them
say.
trying to
Free of
come in
charge.
and
We'll
be
put
no
you back
free.
on the system.
Right.
That's,
I'm
that's exactly
cool.
what they
Oh,
finna do.
my bad.
I'm cool.
I
Heck
jacked that
no.
one up. Sorry, y'all.
That's all right.
It's scary
Hey, I
to me
want to
if
throw this out
anything.
Lag
there.
asleep, lag asleep.
I want to throw this out there for people who are thinking about wanting to do it well, but can't really afford doing it well. Go on YouTube, and there are videos of guys
Facts, Bob.
using a water hose and PC pipe drilling their own wells into the ground until they hit water. So just to go on YouTube and type in drilling your own well, and tons of videos should come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better not drill nothing on my own without finding where all these wires at back here. I'm in a new subdivision.
Yeah,
But I swear it ain't new, but it's 15 years old.
I was just finna say that because you might hit.
Moon,
I think that's
we're
more.
from the government and here to help.
Yeah, I
Say
got it.
like-
I had to read that like 3 times. I was about to say, Moon, check this out. Not today.
Nah,
I
see, I
get
go
what
to
you're
drilling
saying.
back here, like I
We're
said,
from
you know,
the
it's
government
15.
and here to help. Okay.
See, it's 15 years old back here, so I can't do no drilling.
Do they run your guys' electrical underground out there down
Yeah,
south and stuff?
Yeah.
I have.
Really,
Well,
Okay,
here
good.
in my subdivision, I have no posters. The only
Okay.
posters we have is light posters, and you don't see no wires running through the neighborhood at all. Nothing.
Mine are
Yeah,
above
cause
ground. That's why we always have outages. All of them.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Cause that's
yeah,
how
we
we
don't
are
hardly have too many
up
outages.
north in Northwest. We ain't got all our electricity. Everything's underground. That's why I don't understand. Like in
Oh,
Hurricane Alley and tornadoes and stuff, they still got above ground electricity. That don't make no sense.
yeah, no, I mean the areas that's older, yeah, they have above ground,
Mm.
electricity. But I am living in part of the alley over here in Clayton
I know
County.
that's right, Hutch.
You know,
Right?
I'm in
I'm
part of the
sorry.
alley. You know,
Okay.
it came back here and hit my front neighbor,
That's my
my front
baby.
subdivision, jumped over my house and tore up
Mm.
the very back of the neighborhood. I mean, tore it up, tore up a bunch of houses back there. Porches, houses all opened up, porches all down, trees all over everywhere. But
You're right.
so I was lucky. It took off part of my siding off of my house. So
Yeah, you got to be mindful. That's why I
Yeah,
said to
correct.
go ahead and get a permit. Like,
Mhm.
don't try to
Coy,
shortchange yourself, and then you
right,
wind up blowing you and your family up. It's not worth that. Okay, like
yeah,
for real. If you have to come up with a community well, hello, like maybe you can't do one in your yard, but somebody else that you know that's local to you, and some other folks you know that would put
hmm
in, and this is a spot where y'all can do it legally. Then do it. You know, like you got to still be mindful.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. We
You
could find a spot.
understand?
You know, if I could
Okay.
coerce some of these people to do it. Some people so
Mm-hmm.
scared. You know, they're so scared to go to jail. They're so scared the law gonna get them out. You know, I really don't know.
hey, I'll throw
You
this
know,
out there. If
yeah,
you own your own house and you have a basement, you know that concrete you can always remove
Come
the
on,
concrete,
come
and
on,
you can put a well in without nobody knowing.
come
that's
on.
true. Makes sense. Cut through that slab, huh?
Yeah, you go
Mm-hmm.
rent a saw with a diamond blade on it, make it boom.
Nah, for me, I ain't finna go through all that. I
Hey, but
rather
if you
come up
was in
with
a
the way of
situation where you
filtering
had to, you
some
would.
water. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, most definitely. But I understand where y'all. But I like the part where I could filter me some water and collect the rainwater.
Get
Yeah,
a
it's
Filter
just
filter.
it.
it's
You
just
know,
planting the seed so people are aware that there's
right?
ways.
Yeah.
There's
You know what I'm
options,
saying?
yeah.
Because like
Definitely,
you might not have a
definitely.
jackhammer, you might have to get down there with a daggone pickaxe. Goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
That's
But yeah,
true.
no, I got
Yeah,
great. I'm
Concrete's
trying
only
to
so
get
thick.
okay. Like
yeah, it's a hell of a slab to break through.
don't
But I hear
nobody
you
want
though.
to do it, but you
Long
gotta
term,
Right,
have
it
to.
right.
long term is worth it, man. I mean, think about it. Once we lose our dollar, there's so many different fragile things that we can lose on the nationwide system. We're not going to be able to afford our water bill. We're not going to be able to afford Jackson City is going to be across the whole freaking United States eventually. There's nothing stopping it
I'm
from
just gonna.
that happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm,
From
I'm
that
gonna throw
happening.
I'm gonna throw this out there.
Right, Moon.
So all these
Exactly. Moon.
politicians and all these president, I don't care who's the president. I don't care if it's Joe Biden. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it was Bush. I don't care that it was Bill Clinton. It could have been Reagan. It could be Jimmy Carter. They
Mhm.
all talk about they're going to put money into our grid. Ain't one penny gone into that grid. It's gone to in their pockets and to their friends. And when I moved out my house, I moved out there in 2016. My power never went off. As 2 years later, we decided to get a new electrical box, and we talked about getting a generator. And so
Generator, yeah.
I had the electrician hook a generator up to my house. So when my power goes off, all I have to do is turn off the main breaker and switch on the generator and plug my house into my house, plug generator into my house. And ever since done that, if we get wind or a drop of rain, my power is going off like that, and I got to switch over to my generator. And it just tells me how much the wires out there, and it tells me how much our system is deteriorating, and they're not putting any money into it.
Well, but they plan on making this. Actually, the government plan on messing the power grid up. If the sun don't hit with a solar burst, they plan on messing the power grid up anyway. And I look for a lot of that to happen this year. They already tested. They did testing over there in Texas. With the power grid already. So it's just a matter of time. They're working on it.
You know what? When you think about it, like people get those Generacs, that home generator.
Yeah, generate. Yeah, that's a good
Let's
one.
say
There.
you got a flood. Does that still work during the flood? Like, is it going to get flooded out? Is it waterproof? I mean,
No.
Well, if you live down in New Orleans, you got to have it above ground. Right now they raise the houses up down there, so you would raise that up too. You'd have it on stilts.
Into that. I looked into it because what that does is it runs off of natural gas.
Natural gas, that's right.
And as soon as your power goes off, it automatically switches over for you, and when the power comes back, it automatically switches back. I looked into it. At my house, they wanted anywhere from $12,000 to $18,000, and I said no, thank you.
What about turbines? Isn't that a backup to the backup?
As long as the wind's blowing.
Yep.
Solar's good as long as the sun's out.
But I thought they have some that run in the water against the current. You can put them in the water and use the water current.
I mean, because that's one of the best things right there.
Oh, like a hydro. Yeah. Hydroelectric.
In California, they have fields and fields of those wind turbines, and they turned them all off because it's killing the birds, and the oil that they have to change. The oil they have to change is more nastier than anything.
Ooh. Oh, I'm about to pass out. Hold on a second. I'm about to pass out. This man right here got me into prepping. This man right here saving my family right now.
What's going on, everybody?
Showed me my
How you doing, Carbon Q? How you doing, everybody?
What's up, brother? What's happening? What's happening?
What's up, lad?
What it do? What it do?
I want to say hi to everybody and all of the props to everybody because I've been listening ever since this live stream started. I just was driving and doing something else.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, I sat here, I ran home, got in my office, and I started writing because I got so much stuff that I already done that Mississippi, my wife is from Mississippi. Her whole family is in Mississippi. So
my wife is too, brother. Yeah, my wife is too.
They're calling us.
Yeah.
And it's to a point now where they're like, look, we may end up having to come stay with y'all. It's getting that bad.
Wow.
So here's the funny part. I was just in Mississippi maybe a month or two ago, and I was telling her cousin about all the stuff because he watches our videos and stuff, and I'm telling him about all y'all channels, and I'm telling him, listen, man, this is serious, man. I know you like the football game. That's all good. But, man, it's just like your kids, They can have candy sometime, but for the most part, they need that meat and potatoes. This is life right here. Ain't nothing wrong with watching football and basketball, but for the most part, our responsibilities need to get taken care of. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. I'm gonna riddle off this list real quick because it's on my chest. And my man, what is your name with the Metallica beard, brother?
Yo, you talking about me?
Yeah.
Real deal.
Yeah. All right, real deal.
I don't have a beard, brother. So
as soon as I seen the Metallica, I was like, okay, okay, I'm with you. Now, I'm gonna say this,
bro.
I stopped doing everything I was doing, sat down, like, look, I got to get in here. Y'all know I don't do these things at all. But this one, man, y'all was had me in here screaming to my wife, like, what's wrong with you? Never mind. Brother, listen, you said something that I had just wrote down, which was when you start talking about inside and building a cistern inside your house, right? A well. Up north, I'm from Ohio, and I don't know how many New York, Carbon Q, you like in New York too, right?
I'm in PA, but I'm from New York. Yep.
Okay, it's all we all the same,
Yeah,
man.
all the same thing.
In
Yeah, yep.
back home, we all had internal gutter systems. When it rained, that gutter was coming inside your house,
Yep.
down through the floors, into the garage. I mean, into the basement,
Right.
and it went down underground into the sewer system. All of it wasn't on the outside of the house.
Mhm.
Well, what my dad did was, he tapped into that, and we had barrels in our garage like that. So
Wow, wow,
nobody
wow.
knows. And y'all
Right.
y'all
No, he
see,
did.
I ain't did videos on my garage in about 3 years, right? Okay, I ain't been in
I
there
seen
in
that
quite a long.
turnaround.
Yeah,
Mhm.
What?
you gotta see who
Yeah.
you watching.
Yes,
But
sir. Yes,
honestly,
sir.
I ain't no way in piping hot hell
Right.
I'm gonna let nobody tell me I can't get no water when it's doo-doo floating down the middle of the street. I'm not gonna let you tell me that. You understand? I'm not gonna
Yeah.
sit here and let you tell me that. Like,
Yeah.
how much is the fine? I can pay you now in advance. Like like you gotta pay your taxes. I gotta pay you now because I'm getting that water.
That's
Because what
right.
they're telling you is either you gonna die or
Hmm.
Mhm.
let me back up because I got excited. I told you I've been excited watching this live stream. Number one, I kept hearing a bunch of solutions talking about what we should do and how we should connect with the government and how we can work with the government and what we can get from the government. Right off the bat, to me, okay, wrong conversation to be had. I don't care what they do because they have an agenda of their own.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
Yes.
that's the whole problem. We're waiting on them to do something for us. And I've been preaching for years, for 13 years on this thing. They ain't coming to help you. And it keep happening
That's right.
over and over and over.
Yeah, they're the ones
That
that broke the system. Why would we ask them to help fix it? They're the ones that
no,
broke it or
the
let it break.
system the system
There ain't no
is
point.
the system is set here to control this type of situation. It's like this.
Exactly.
If you look
Exactly.
at it, really, it's like an abusive relationship. You want to keep your spouse crumbled up just hard enough where they can't really do on their own, and you make them believe you need me, huh? You
Hmm.
Well,
need me,
Stockholm
girl.
syndrome. We all got it.
Right. Every time that woman want to leave, the man, or we can go both ways, will make her think you will never do nothing out there. You're ugly, you're fat, you stink. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna stop right there. I was gonna go deeper,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. That's the government. That's what
he
government basically
he
treat us.
mentally
Right.
makes her think you're useless to anybody else but me. Who started that gangster shit? Huh? They taught us how to do that.
Brother
They
named
lock us up for
Slickback.
pimping. They lock us up for pimping, right? They the original
Yeah.
pimps.
That's right.
Okay,
That's it.
so they got everybody thinking you need me. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna do this just before I was gonna go and do a video today too, but this is better. Listen, our water been
Go
off for
ahead.
24 hours. Our water been off for 24 hours.
Mhm.
And I promise you, family, I anybody else would be like, this is jacked up. I'm exhilarated. You ain't
Hmm.
never seen a 239-pound man sitting squatting over a 5-gallon bucket with a smile on his face.
Right. Knowledge.
Because I'm thinking in my head, that pipe busted from under where I'm sitting at right now. That pipe
Wow.
busted. But
Hmm.
I'm thinking about all the money I'm saving because my water ain't been on in over 24 hours.
Wow.
Hmm.
And
Right.
no, my whole family structure has not been harmed. Yes, it's a little weird because every time I go to cut the water on, it's habit to turn that nozzle on. And
Yeah.
when it gargle, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right. Pull out some water. Today,
Hmm.
I washed the breakfast dishes. That was fun
Uh-huh.
because now I'm conserving water. I'm washing my hands instead of letting it run. I'm just used a couple drops, a little bit of soap, and a little bit of water.
Mhm.
Man,
Hmm.
I'm telling you, if we all forget what they got us thinking, if
Mhm.
we all literally, I promise you, cut your whole water, cut your main water off for 2 or 3 days, Watch how you start figuring stuff out real quick.
Yeah,
Real
it's
And
quick,
better to
yeah.
learn now too.
exactly, because really,
Thanks,
I'm
Steve.
kind of going through the ordeal that they're going through,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
mine is
In real time.
voluntary
Right.
in a way, because I can cut my water on, just my pipe gonna leak.
Right.
So here's
Hmm.
the thing: people should have gallons and gallons and I got 50-gallon drums all around this mug, and I'm gonna get on to this,
God,
and
that's what I'm talking about.
I got
I'm gonna
all over my
buy me.
land. When I'm walking through my land, you can't even see them. Everybody keep getting those 350-gallon totes. I had those years ago. Look at my old videos. I got rid of them. They sightly. People can see them. If you got
Hmm.
55 or 60-gallon pickle drums all around the place, they're
Hmm.
out there by my creek. They're behind
I
trees, in my
told
greenhouse, in the chicken coop. Nobody
I
ever even pay them no mind.
hold on. I
Oh
even
yeah,
have
you.
Rubbermaid garbage cans. Don't talk me. Oh, it's gotta be food grade. I'll make it
No,
food
I
grade.
don't. No, I don't.
I'll make it
So
food grade. Ain't nobody got time for that. I even got garbage cans that I collect
there you
rainwater.
go.
Not
Do
just
whatever
I have
you
the
want to
50
do.
gallon drums too, and I also have garbage cans. Don't talk me. Boy, bye. I don't
Exactly.
give a damn.
I'm gonna tell you this. That dehumidifier, my dehumidifier is running right
Mhm.
now. I did a video on that a couple years ago.
Yep.
I'll use that thing, and people they think it's just a YouTube joke. It's just a YouTube video. That's water. That's drinking water.
Mhm.
Then you got
It's in yours.
right, right. See,
Mm-hmm.
your air condition when you got your air on, it's constantly dripping, wasting water, just running out there. It's a bucket under my tube right now.
Right.
Ain't no reason you should be letting that water get away, not right now.
And listen,
Then
that don't even have to be the water that you're drinking, right? That could be the water that you're using to bathe with. You understand what I'm saying? And
well,
yes, we all know that the skin is the largest organ of your body. But
Right.
hmm
ain't the stuff already contaminated as it is? You know what I'm saying? Get your charcoal out there. Do the best you can to remove what you can. Get your shock, like Dewey said earlier. Get your water purification
right.
tablets. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to still come up with ways to make
But
that
here's
happen and
one
work
that's
for what it
free.
can work.
Here's a couple that's damn near free. Number one, I made a sand filter,
Mm-hmm.
sand, gravel, and charcoal out of 2 5-gallon buckets, and I promise you, everybody thought that was staged and fake. Hell, I was so excited in the video, I edited all my cussing because I'm like, this really worked. I'm filtering water, and every time you run it through, it get
Yep.
50% clearer
Mm-hmm.
every time. And the
Wow.
bacteria in the sand
Mm-hmm.
filter hadn't even started yet. I got that idea from some people that don't even speak English. They over in a third world country, and that's the only water they have.
Yeah.
They run that through a 55-gallon drum, and
Mhm.
it's doo-doo at the top, but it
Mhm.
come out pure and clear at the bottom. They
Wow.
they don't even have to boil this because the microbes and the bacteria eat up everything that can destroy you. It's
Wow.
it's amazing, but it's so simple. And everybody's like, "Well, I can't afford a Berkey." But when I made that sand filter, people was like, "That don't work. What you gonna
Yeah,
do?"
it does.
Yeah, they do.
And and water distillation. I've been doing that since I was a teenager, damn near.
Mm.
Water distillation. I was doing it for Sub Mills. But
Oh.
distilling water, okay?
Mhm.
Salt water. I
Yeah.
forget what they call it about desalination.
Desalinization.
Yep.
Okay,
Desalinization. Yeah.
I did
That's
that on
it.
a video one day, and everybody thought that was like a gimmick. Once you run salt water through your distiller, they don't cost nothing, or you can make them out of your grandmama's
Uh,
crock pot. Once you taste it, you gonna sit there and be like, "This really can work." And then
And
your salt is at the bottom of the pot.
Yep.
Mm-mm-mm.
And
What
that's
you
the
gonna do?
information that we take to
Very
Mississippi
good.
if
Yeah.
we go to Mississippi. That's the information
Mm-hmm.
you take to Louisiana if you go to Louisiana. That's the information you
right.
take to Texas. That's the information you take to the people in Florida. How to desalinize your own dang on water.
That's how we know the system really is broken because look at California right now. They can have desalinization all across the whole coast of California that will take care of the whole entire state. They'll take care of the whole West Coast, just
Right.
taking out the ocean water and distributing it.
True. Here's the problem with that. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a hot second, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Um, they can't. The reason why they don't have a whole desalinization processing center for like the world, because if you change the balance, if everybody changes the balance and everybody start, desalad, I ain't gonna keep saying that word, keep taking the salt out their water, you're going to change the whole balance of the ocean. All the fish gonna die, because now if you ever had an aquarium or saltwater aquarium, you will see there's a balance in that saltwater aquarium. That sometimes you got to add salt, sometimes you got to remove that water if it become too I forget it, was it alkaline
Murky.
or whatever.
Oh, okay,
you
not alkaline.
you
Okay.
really have to keep that balance. So if they do that on a mass level, you're going
Right,
to
right.
destabilize the entire ocean for the entire world, and we'll
Yes.
kind of commit suicide on ourselves.
Right.
But if we all did a little something ourselves, they should be tapping wells all around the planet. They tapping wells for oil, but they're not tapping wells for water.
Water.
They're drilling for oil.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't drilling for water. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the problem, if you ask me.
Yep.
So I got so many doggone solutions. And number one, we were talking about the protest and forget them.
Mm-hmm.
You do it just like a carpool. And this is how you get everybody doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody cut their water off on a day or two. Your whole main water. They can't arrest you for one day. Cut their water off. It's the same as when them gas prices go too high and people start carpooling. And everybody, all the clerks is like, where's all the people at? They all in one car. That price of that fuel goes down every time. Once people start getting smart, catching the bus, Uber, all that.
Y'all be careful.
Mm-hmm.
And lead. They should do it at least once a month, if not once a week. Make it
That's what
something
I'm
that you
saying.
do consistently.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Hey, y'all, the
And
government shut my phone off. I'm sorry. My wife said I must have been saying the wrong thing. I told her what we was talking about. So she said I said the wrong thing. So they shut my phone off.
Mm-hmm.
I had to
I
get
ain't
in
playing. My
here.
phone went completely off. Never had that happen before.
Wow. That's crazy.
StreamYard sucks the power out of your device too.
Right.
Man, I'm
Yeah,
at 95% charged up, bro. That ain't streamlined. They ain't no. My battery charged up. My battery on fire. You heard me?
Right,
It's on
right, right.
fire.
what we have to do, what we have to do as a community
Mm-hmm.
is make survival cool.
Right.
That's it. We
Mm-hmm.
got to make it cool, and we got to make it uh resonate to the youth, because we all know
Yeah.
and our grandparents knew. This
Man,
new
Zach, you right, man. Cause
generation,
my kids love it.
Mm-hmm.
see, this new generation, man,
They're
it
more
ain't got nothing to
reliant.
do with
They
right.
more reliant on the system because they got devices in their face at the age of 2 all the way up. So they're being indoctrinated straight to
Right.
their minds. That this generation
Hmm.
is, I mean, my babies don't even do the social network. They don't do the devices like that. But that's only because I knew better. My point is
Right.
that the system is going to, I mean, I can't even imagine when my kids are our age. You know what I mean? And what they're going to have to be worried about,
But
whether it's
this,
water, air. I mean, we already got forever plastics in our water.
Right.
That's everywhere.
Yeah.
The amount of
Well,
But you got to
pharmaceuticals, the amount of
realize
waste.
Styrofoam.
your kids
Yeah,
gonna know how
everything.
to survive too. You see what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Your
right.
kids gonna know how to survive. My kids gonna know how to survive because they love this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we
but let
talk
me
about survival.
throw this out there.
That's why
Let's
we
say
need to make
Yeah,
it
come on.
fun. Yeah.
let's say the system crashed tomorrow. There will be a
Hmm.
huge part of our society that will die just because they don't want to learn how to defend for themselves, and they're so dependent on the system they won't be able to live without it.
And like I said
Exactly.
earlier,
Yeah,
Man, you are so right.
absolutely.
everybody ain't gonna make it.
You are
We
so
gotta
right.
get
Unfortunately,
that. We gotta get that understanding for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't save nobody don't want to
unfortunately,
save themselves.
yeah,
Right.
unfortunately,
Hmm.
everybody will not make it.
Uh-huh.
Everybody ain't even supposed to make it.
Right.
There was somebody,
No, no.
somebody emailed me and was like, I used to like you when you was planting trees and plants and this. Now I can't watch you. So here's the thing about that. Um, if you don't see that you're still learning a viable lesson from me or any other channel, no matter what it is, if you're not learning something, matter of fact, I've been
Hmm.
doing this on YouTube for 13 years. If you ain't figured out how to put a seed under some dirt and put it to sleep by now, you in trouble anyway.
You ain't doing it.
Hmm.
and you waiting on me to show you. You in trouble then.
Man, look, I learned that from my mom, bro, how to plant
See,
and grow food. My mom used to grow okra, tomatoes, all that stuff.
and
You
it's
know,
this
my mom was from
thing.
Mississippi, man. Mom from Mississippi, wife from Mississippi. You know, she
Mine
learned how to
didn't,
do
but
all that.
the ancestors told me get up and move, so I did.
Shit, man, look, my grandma used to go out there and shoot a hog, come back in the house smiling like she ain't did nothing. Oh, you hear son go boom. She come back in the house smiling. She come back, why? I said, Grandma, why you
Yeah,
smiling? Oh, my chickens was laughing at me.
I'm trying to learn how
We
to
thought it
grow
was funny. But she had chickens, she had hogs. No, she was surviving.
I
But
got my
that was back in
chicken.
the days.
Yeah.
Dinner on the table.
There,
You know?
there's a lot of individuals like myself that don't have those, their ancestors that help them. They need people like Lev Farmer. And I'm going to show you right here. This is because of Lev Farmer. I
Mhm.
got my own garden. Man, I love you, dude. I ain't trying to
That's
be
right.
in a gay
Nah,
way, homie. But man, I got
That's how
love
to
for you.
do it.
My family got love for you because I got a California
Oh,
king
look at
bed
him.
that's filled with canned foods and water under it. I
there
got
Boy, look
you
at
shelves.
him.
go.
And because you
Yeah.
taught me how to start preparing and look at the system as a whole. And I spent most of my life
Bro.
getting out of the system until I became a grown man. I mean, it's hard to get out of
Uh-huh.
the system when you're so
Yeah,
docile. That's how I see it when it comes to Jackson, City. A lot of people are docile and they think they need to wait for them to fix the system. No, you got to help yourself and,
Right.
that's
and
right.
take other people's advice.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
Ghetto's gonna be like the drug dealer when the economy collapsed. People may go, "Hey man, I need a 16 flour. You got any
Hey,
flour?"
look, that's how I package my flowers
16
too, man.
flower.
That's how I package my flour and rice. I pack it in
Look,
8 cup
Hmm.
bags, so that way I can use it to barter if I need to.
That's right. Ghetto
There
goes, like,
you
"What you
go.
got? I got me a
Man, look, he
16.
got it going
look.
Yeah.
on.
I got some yeast, I got some
My
butter, I
brother
got
got
some
it going
ghee.
on.
What you got?
My little
Yeah.
watermelon. I'm
Oh, what's
harvesting
that, melon?
today. I'm
No
gonna go in there and
disrespect, but look
flip
at them
it,
melons.
baby.
That's it.
Woo!
Yeah, 'cause
Money, girl.
There you go.
Tomatoes and some beans and some
He said,
peppers.
look at the
Yes, and
melons.
some
I'm
herbs.
telling you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, girl. You bad. That's what I'm
Some
Mm,
talking
mm,
about.
the,
mm.
the rest of Mississippi is surviving. Jackson has been waiting on those water lines for years. The only thing new is that they're finally admitting that they may not get the water fixed.
mm, mm, mm.
Mm,
Yeah, listen,
Because they don't want to
that's
this
fix it.
Cannon,
pitiful.
some cannon, baby. Yes.
this how I feel. If you can't
That's it.
even stop some of the simple things from happening, you ain't gonna stop the things that's supposed to be stopped. For
Right.
instance,
Right.
one of the
A
bills they
major,
just passed in
major problem.
Mississippi, several of the bills they just passed in the last year or two is ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm not gonna get into politics because I hate that. But several
Right,
laws
right.
that don't take no common sense. What do you mean you can still hang me? Why? Who said this is okay still when y'all
Right.
voted on this? Why is that still a thing? If you can't even function in well enough as a group of people to figure out this is wrong, and let me stop talking about politics. That's when I would take the power into my own hand. I'm gonna tell you a couple different things I would do. Number one, I just start doing stuff myself. Number two,
Mm-hmm.
I say this all the time. People say, "Led, I live in an apartment. I can't grow no food." Da, 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 da." And I'm like, the only advice I can really get, because even in an apartment, you cannot grow enough food to sustain you and your family and your children. You can grow it, you definitely can,
Yeah,
but to
bucket garden.
sustain you if something was to happen, it's as next to impossible unless everything in your whole apartment is plant and food, and then you running up a light bill because you got grow lights, heaters,
Right, right.
everything else. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so to me, my solution to that and what's going over in Mississippi and everywhere else when they say we can't harvest water, we can't do this, we can't grow no food, move. I've done it
Exactly.
4 times. Leave. People in California, they got rules and laws saying you're not able to protect yourself.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
You got to jump through all these hoops that be able to protect your family. Move.
Move.
There is nothing in California so wonderful where I need to give up my job as a man, as a protector, as a husband, as a father. That's what they're giving up when you say, what you mean I can't protect myself? Uh, you just literally gave all of your rights as a man, a
Your power.
protector, a provider over to the man.
Yep.
I
Everything
Power,
you gave
power
up.
away.
right?
Hmm.
I just
And,
leave.
and you're
I've done
outnumbered,
it.
California. You'll never change it. You have to get out.
Just get out. But
Get
once,
out. You're not going to
listen,
change.
just like
Yep.
California, if
New York the
people, like
same
I
way.
said, that's how you protest. You protest like this. Look, if everybody start leaving, and they be like, why is everybody leaving? Oh, we're going to lower the mortgage. We're going to lower the housing. We're going to lower the fuel. We're going to lower.
Hmm.
Once those prices keep going down and that place becomes a ghost town, there are literally, if you Google it, true story,
Yeah.
Google all of these little ghost town cities that will literally pay you to move there
Yep.
because that's what they did years ago. They said in this one
Yep.
town I researched, they didn't want black folks in their town, right? All the
Yeah.
black folks moved out, but what they didn't realize was, hey, 85% of our town was black. Once they all moved out, now that city, I wish I could remember what it is. It's like
I
in
think they
Iowa
knew
or
that. They
something.
just didn't care. They thought it was gonna
What
happen.
they
The
care
care about
now.
themselves.
They care now. Yeah.
They
Yeah. They
care
care
now,
now.
but that
Yeah.
money, and once you ain't got nobody else to breed with, okay, if only 6 families stay, that genetic pool can only go so far,
Yeah.
And gonna get real
And
shallow real quick.
I'll,
right? Before
That was it, man.
I'll tell you a
Hmm.
little story. I have a good friend that lives in Wisconsin, and she lives in a little town, Stevens Point. And in her newspaper, the Amish advertise all the time they want men to come have sex with their women because their
Wow.
gene pool is so tight they can't breed with each other anymore, and so they're trying to
Wow.
What?
get new DNA into their
I
system.
heard that.
What? That's
Damn.
crazy.
They
Google
put
it.
advertisement, come have sex with my wife.
Google it.
Live
Google
You
it.
don't have to worry about me.
Man.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
telling you.
because the gene pool's
Why?
way too
Hell, they
tight.
on their own, dog. Let me come
I'm well. You know what?
Wow.
They're going to pay you. They're going to pay you to do this stuff. All they want to do is break up their look. Little Becky was born with about 6 different sets of ears. They're like, listen, we got to do something.
That's right.
They
Well,
call them aliens. How they got the aliens come down?
Right,
You
you
know.
know,
right. She can hear into the future. We need to start trying to figure out how to change this situation at
No, he did. That, yeah,
no means,
the
by all
ears.
means necessary.
that's right.
That
So
is crazy.
true story.
Hey man, you know I come from a long line of hillbillies. You go up in these mountains like when
Lord,
the avalanching, you got families that go back 20 years, generations, and they're all related to each other. You
the
Yeah.
hills
gotta,
had
you
the
gotta
hills
bring in
have
fresh
eyes.
blood. You have to bring in fresh
Uh-huh.
blood because your cousins, your sisters, your mother. You know,
Right.
The-
Uncle Daddy.
yeah, that's right.
Hey y'all.
You
I
know,
got
Remind me not
I'm
to
gonna go
ride
back.
through the Appalachians
you
with
know,
my, with
your
my wife.
grandma, your mother, your sister all die at the same time because they're one person.
I'm gonna get out of here, y'all, because I gotta
Before
finish setting this up.
okay,
I
but
want to say
before you go,
thank
mhm.
you, Carbon Q,
Oh,
and the crew for helping me. Thank you, Starduster. Thank you, everybody, man. I appreciate
Yes, sir,
everybody because
thank
I
you.
wouldn't be here without none of y'all.
I
brother.
wanted
You
to
have a
be
blessed
sitting
one,
on if it
brother.
wasn't for you. Yesterday I saw
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
last night, late last night, and I haven't slept since then. I was just reading about it, and then I got up. I think an hour sleep. I got up and I was trying to get the guy. It was another guy that I was trying to get, but I got this guy to come on and talk about it because I thought that was like so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can if it's happening sporadically all over the place, it's gonna happen sooner or later to somebody else.
Mhm.
It is.
Well, like I said, we got a water boil advisory. It is not related, but it's
Right,
like how that's a hell of a coincidence,
right.
right? And
Yeah, it
everything that
is.
usually comes from the west,
Mhm.
all the way from California. Once something
Right.
start happening, it rolls over to the east, and we always
Mhm.
catch whatever happened there 3 days ago.
Mhm.
We catch it in that third day.
That
I
So
is
checked
fact.
mine last night. 2 towns over, they
see,
have it. Hmm.
I'm gonna tell you this. I heard somebody say, if they got it over there, they got it over here. For instance,
Right.
they're telling us, okay, Richland County got it, but I'm in Lexington County. Literally across the street from me is out. It works swerves like this. Across the street from me is Richland County. So what is they saying? They can't drink the water, but we can.
Right. That's
Nah,
what I'm saying. I was like,
Yeah.
that's too close.
nah. When they
Yeah.
cut
There's
this
something wrong
water
with
off
that
of this
picture.
neighborhood, When they cut the water off for this neighborhood, we sipping off the same pipes. Theirs go off, and
Exactly.
mine go
That's
off.
right.
You
Exactly.
know, so to
Yeah.
me, family, be
Yeah.
careful, be safe, because it's. I'm gonna tell you this: when I was listening to y'all, when y'all first came on,
Mhm.
guess where I was? Retopping up all my bleach. I said, okay, I've been through about 2 bottles of bleach and ain't replenish them. Go get your pool shot. Go get
Yeah.
your bottles of bleach, because it's just gonna swish over this way, and ain't nobody gonna be ready for that.
Mhm.
Nobody.
And don't be scared to put a little bit of bleach in your water if you got to, y'all.
No,
I
you
mean,
got
if it
to.
comes down to it, okay, just let it sit a couple of days. Damn.
You know what now?
Wow.
I'm gonna say this, and I mean it. And when I say what I be saying all the time, it's not because of something I read. It's not because of something somebody told me. I done lived through all this stuff most of my life. Me and my wife for the most part, because I I didn't have money, and we've been through. Forget all the forget the floods, forget all of that. When you ain't got enough money to keep your lights on, you got to get real smooth with it. You ain't got enough
Yeah.
That's
money to keep
right.
your water on. Okay, you got a brand new baby. You got to do some thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your water, your gas, and your lights, when that get cut off, wasn't nothing catastrophic 30 years ago. What was catastrophic was my paycheck. It was whack. Okay, I'm working 3
Green
jobs.
light.
I was a shoe salesman like Al Bundy at Value City, and I was a gas station attendant, and I was produce. Like I was,
Yeah.
I'm working my way up to lettuce. I for real, for real.
Yeah.
That was me,
Bro, you
and didn't
sound like
have
one of
enough
them
money to.
Jamaicans working 3 jobs, man.
Hey, look, man, how 3 of them.
3 jobs, man. Me heard you, man. Me heard you.
True story, true story. And I wish
Golly.
I could lie about it. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something just to prove it. I got this thing that I've been doing since I was probably 15 years old. Every job I leave, either I quit or whatever, I
Mhm.
keep my name tag. And some of them jobs, or whatever you need to punch in with, some of them jobs be like, if you don't get your turning your tag, we're gonna take your little bit out of your check. I'll be like, keep it. I got a whole drawer full of every job I had with my face on it. Either
Wow.
it's my ID, my punch card,
Mhm.
every job I had. And if you see them, you're going to be like, I can't believe you had that many jobs.
Wow.
Golly, I
Do
thought I
what
had a
you got
bunch
to
of them.
do. Man,
Yeah.
if I open that drawer and it'll make you start crying. And then I see my face changing. I couldn't grow hair on my face at one time. I've been through the ringer, man. I show my kids and they just can't believe it. When they start talking about them, this job is whooping my tail and they ain't telling me what to do. I open that drawer. Like, shut up.
Mhm.
Just
All
shut
right.
up talking. You need to go talk to somebody else about that.
I say that to
You
my
ain't
son when it comes to working in the garden. Boy, you better get your behind up out of here.
ain't nothing you gonna tell me. I'm not on your
This
team
free
with that.
food. We don't grew this free food. Get your behind on out of
Right. I'm not on your
Telling you.
team, son. Not with that. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
But let
Damn
me
it, man.
go.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thanks so
everybody.
Mm.
Thank you so much. I don't know how to get off of this thing.
much.
Appreciate you, Left Farmer.
What do
Bottom
I
here.
Are
push?
you on the phone? You on the phone? There should be a
Yeah.
red button
That
that
says
Yeah.
says
leave,
leave.
baby.
At the
Yeah.
bottom of
Leave
the
with a red
Yeah,
button.
Damn,
it's in his heart,
It's
bro.
very
That's all. It
obvious,
just
Come
sir.
and say
this
hi.
stuff is in your
No.
heart, brother.
Thank
You
you,
have a good one.
everybody. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
All
so
right.
much.
Yeah,
This
Thank
won't be
you.
my
bless,
last.
brother. One.
And
Okay.
I saw Fat
Thank
Guy
you.
with guns. I'm gonna come
Yeah.
over there too and shock the world with
Yeah.
bust in up.
Make his
Bust
Yeah.
day.
in because I got all kind of. I can't show it on here. I got stuff I want to go over there and show regular gun guy and
Nice.
Fat Guy with
Uh-huh.
guns
They
barbecue.
they would love
I
to
see
Yeah.
y'all.
they would love to have you.
Led.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you up because I'm gonna ask you a question regarding all of this right here. And I don't want to put you
Okay.
on blast, everybody, baby.
No worries.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you
Just
guys.
remember, if you go on there with Zach, just keep it unloaded. Take everything out.
Oh
And
Empty
man.
it out,
Don't
brother.
do
Look,
nothing like
I'm
that.
about to
Just,
let. I'm
just
about to
empty it
Don't
out.
text
pick
you
it
Just
up
now
on
empty it
because you
out.
fire.
know how I am. I can't hold it. I'm about to text you
I
now.
know.
Yeah.
Whenever you get
Okay.
Yeah,
back to me is when you
I
get back
I
to me,
think
baby.
Zach sent you a couple emails.
Who, me?
Yeah, let. I
Yeah.
think Zach, yeah, Zach, Zach or Billy. I think it's Zach that sent you a couple emails because they
And
would
you
love
know
to have
what?
you on the
I
show.
know I caught a couple, but
Mhm.
like said, I literally get hundreds of emails, and I got stuff that when I find it,
Okay.
I'll be like, "Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm just seeing it."
3 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He said not 3 years
I
later.
got you.
it's so hard for me. Look, I can't go through that many emails.
Right.
I just can't. And that's why I gave him. I said, man, here's my phone number, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's some people, man, call me, text me, that email stuff. I miss out on a lot of opportunities because of that.
Right.
Yeah, you
So
sound like me, bro. Call me.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm 61 years old now, so you know
Yeah.
it gets that way when you get older.
yeah, yeah.
Well, why you?
No, you got
Yeah,
some.
I'm 61.
All right, all right.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, thank you,
Happy
thank you, thank you,
birthday.
thank you. Yeah,
Happy
just turned it.
birthday. Okay.
That's what's up. Happy birthday, man.
I'm
Thank
trying to
you,
catch
brother.
up.
Happy birthday, honey. Okay. I'll definitely
Everybody
let him
have a
know.
Put your
wonderful
link
day
in the
here.
chat,
You
real.
too.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you,
Thank
Carmen
you.
Q.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Yeah, brother.
Appreciate you, lad. Appreciate you,
All
Have
man.
a
right.
good one.
Much
One
love,
love,
respect.
man.
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
one love. Yeah.
Well, I should probably go back to work since I'm at work.
Yeah. We'll try to
Put
get
your
rid
link
of
in the
that
chat,
y'all.
real.
Oh my God.
Put your link in the chat, everybody, please. If you have a channel with content, please put your links in the chat.
You didn't see them?
Yeah.
For us, so that way we can make sure we're sub to each of you. That was a real treat.
All right, Miss
It is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Barbecue. Miss
Before I
Ghetto's real
jump
good
off,
at throwing
I
links
just
out,
got some
just so
meat
you know.
birds.
He's trying to get the word out there.
I
So
gotta.
So
I'm
I'll be
gonna-
doing some video on raising meat birds and processing them.
Mm-hmm.
No.
yeah,
I don't have a link channel, but I have an email.
I've been supposed to be processing chicken for like the last month and still have not done that regular chicken. So I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah.
I was canning last night too, so I'm tired.
Yeah.
That's what
What's
I
up,
want to
little
do. The
dude?
can.
He keep
That's a
running.
hot tub.
He keep running out. That's why I'm on mute because he
That,
making
that
no.
that's Lil Hot Tub. His
That's
name
little
right
hot
now
tub.
is Bathtub.
Bathtub.
Oh, the little
He
one.
gets older, he'll be Hot Tub.
All right. I'll catch you guys later.
Already.
All
All
right,
right.
little deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna
All
jump
right.
off.
Have a
Too.
good one, brother. Peace. Peace
Already.
out.
Carmen, thank you for this because this was
Peace.
excellent.
You're welcome.
I didn't even
I,
know that this was going on in Mississippi until I saw your live.
No.
I seen the floods. I didn't
Mhm.
know about the actual water problem in that particular
I
city.
didn't, and I feel bad that I didn't because like I don't watch the news like that, but I
Thanks,
stay
BP.
tuned.
Mm-hmm.
I try
Right.
to always tune in at least once a day to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like just let it be inundated on me. But yeah, I'm and I'm salty because like I got family and I'm reaching out to her and she ain't even answering, and they live that area, so I definitely
Yeah,
want to know
yeah.
what's going on now.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I called my family in Jackson. I called them already.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, but to sum this stuff up, or all what's happening, and I'm sorry, I don't want to go biblical with a whole bunch of stuff with y'all, but to sum it all up, if you just read parts in Revelation, it's going to tell you what's happening, why it's happening. And if you know what Babylon is, you know what Babylon is? The Great Babylon is?
Oh
The
yeah.
Great Babylon is the United States. And it's going to fall. So
And
most of
just
this stuff is
Rome,
happening
y'all.
for a
It's
reason.
Rome. It's the
And it's
capital of
falling. It's falling right now. And I'm just saying the Bible speaks of the Great Babylon. Because we got our hands, the United States got their hands in everything. They're doing everything, doing what they're doing and everything. And that, it's just the way it's supposed to happen. I mean, there's nothing we could change about it. We just gotta try to live and survive.
Revelation means
And
like wake up.
yeah,
Right.
wake
Right.
up. And we got to wake
Self-reliance is
up and we
everything.
gotta do what you said. Yeah, self-reliance. We gotta get out and
Spiritually,
still
mentally, physically.
survive. We got to do our cannons. We got to do our survival. We got to do everything. Prep. We got to get our medical stuff together, our water supply together, because this is going to keep happening. I mean, Carmen, you said it. It's going to spray it. And it's just not going to happen over Mississippi like the Katrina thing now in New Orleans. It's just not going to happen now.
Well,
It's going to be other things, floods and all that stuff. So we got to get prepared, man.
I agree. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with Siege too. Not everybody's gonna be on the
I
same
believe,
page. We got to
but
understand what it is, and
right.
regardless of
But
even if United States is Babylon, whatever, we still got to be in Babylon. This is where we gotta live.
right,
Yeah.
right.
We gotta
Yeah,
do it.
we here. So
But if we
can't escape
look
it.
throughout history, though, man, and I'm a Christian man myself. I'm a man of faith. But if we look throughout history, there has been revelations in every civilization. Every
Yeah,
civilization.
yeah, yes, it is.
So
Yes,
there
it
has
is.
been an end of each civilization from the gate to now.
Right.
Well, it's opening up for us. And what did he say? He's coming back for his people. He's coming back
Regardless,
for his people.
That's
right?
true.
So
Regardless,
you are his people. So he's coming back for you.
regardless of
That's
your
the way it
race,
is.
your belief, whatever you believe in, short,
Mm-hmm.
tall, round, skinny, we still gotta survive. And
Yeah.
that
Right.
is
Yeah,
That's
the
why
and
he
he,
give you this knowledge. That's why he give you that knowledge to go out
Mhm.
there and
Oh, yeah,
make that pump to bring that water into your home.
Yep.
right.
To build these survival tools. He
Mhm.
give us knowledge to do that. He giving us knowledge to pass this knowledge on right now.
Right, each one
You
teaches
know,
Right. Right.
each one teach one.
And the
back.
knowledge to be able to think and live the righteous way. Not don't just talk about it, but be about it. Put it
Be
into
about
action.
it. Oh, damn,
yeah,
most
yeah.
definitely, most definitely.
Zach,
Because
I said to call him. He got something to show you on the show. I'm sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead.
because I've been getting blessed pretty good. So
Hmm.
I mean,
my
and that's
beliefs is
how you
strong.
that's how you see it. Exactly. Like if you think that
Yeah.
everything gonna crumble on you, then that's what you should expect.
Right.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Shoot, I'm gonna learn how to build this water surviving thing. Because
Right.
I learned something today. I learned something today, and I'll pass it on.
Yeah, I
I hope
learned a
the
lot.
see,
All kind
each
of little
one, like
things
you said, each one teach
too.
one. Yeah,
That's still
yeah.
called a
And
water
like the
test.
way you grow that melon, shoot, I'm gonna grow me a melon. Okay, I am. You talking?
Say
I'm
it
like
different.
serious.
Say it
I'm
different.
a,
I still
shoot, I'm
got
gonna grow
I
me a
still have a
melon.
seed
Stop
on
showing
the
your
ground
melons,
for
I'm
the
gonna grow
Stardust.
me at least
Stop
two of
showing
them.
your melons.
Huh?
Stop
Damn.
showing your
Okay.
melons. You know, they got no behavior. You
I
gonna
already
make
got melon, but I'm gonna grow the kind I can just eat. You know what I'm saying? I
right.
got, I got me some melon. Grow me some
Well,
okra or something. I got some seeds. I should have been planting them since years ago, but by me working so hard and just concentrating on
No,
that running, I
no,
got to do this thing,
no.
right,
Cause
huh?
you was
right.
raised. No, I ain't gonna let you say it because you work so hard. No.
Listen,
Yeah, I was raised. You're
you
right. I was
know,
raised better than that. Like you said, my mom from Mississippi. She got me. She got me though. She got me. She got me to the T. Oh Lord.
that's funny. Everybody
But
should
no,
do
but
Yeah,
it.
like,
she
cause
said
you
no,
blessed.
no,
Like I wasn't raised doing this.
no,
You know what
no.
I'm saying? Like I wasn't so
Uh
free.
huh.
It don't matter as long as you start doing it sooner than later. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like better late than never. So just
Oh
and
yeah.
make you passing that knowledge on to your children.
Mhm.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's why I say I'm thankful for the
Selfish.
Rona because that right there put
Mhm.
me into the mind frame of looking at stuff. And then I found Lab Farmer, which led me to other communities. Then I finally found y'all because of Carver Q. I didn't even know black folks was preppers. I'm gonna put it out there.
Yeah, that's
But
what
that's because I was stuck in the
I
hillbilly
know. I
community.
found carbon. Yeah, I found carbon too. That was like finding the diamond in the rough when I found
Right,
me. You know what I'm
but
saying?
that I was gonna say it earlier when people can
Uh
be
huh.
self sufficient, they can look on YouTube, but you also got to understand that YouTube is segregated too. The
Mm-hmm.
algorithm is against us being self reliant. We're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna just
That's
be able
right.
to get up on YouTube and figure out on our own how to distill water or whatever. We have to.
Mhm.
I mean, we
Be
have to
proactive.
exactly
We got to
be
Mhm.
put the
proactive.
out there and be proactive.
Yeah, they're constantly
Exactly.
putting us in the box, whether it's digitally, physically, whatever. We're all in these
Mhm.
boxes.
Mhm.
That's why we need to break it.
that's another
Exactly.
reason why I said, even though we say it's on YouTube, they
Exactly.
can find a proper community. It's not that
Right.
easy, and especially if you don't see your race represented. And
Representation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
But you
like,
know something?
but I have to
Yeah.
keep it official when you say you don't see many of us doing it, even though a lot of us are doing it. You just don't see us online doing it.
And
We've
imagery
Mhm.
is
It
everything.
right,
is. It is.
and it makes people feel comfortable. It's like, okay, like the former had just said, quote unquote, you have to make you cool. But if
Mhm.
that is something that your people don't do or you don't do, so you tend to just be like, oh, that's just not something we do. You got to change the narrative, and you have to
Right.
use it because a lot of stuff that I learned from a lot
Mhm.
of different people.
Yeah.
Just prepping,
Exactly.
just prepping YouTube streets. I mean, I go,
Right.
a lot of people chats, and I walk away every time with something new from
Right,
financial
right.
stuff. Shout out to Lashes, from financial stuff to what is that? I forgot what kind of pump he's a ram pump. So just now, like I didn't
There
know
you
what a
go.
ram pump was, and it's not a
There you go.
Portable sub
A
pump.
ram pump.
Portable sub pump. Yeah, yeah.
times,
Portable. Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
you name it, there is somebody that I
Mhm.
can reach out to and figure out how to do something. Garden
Right.
community, all of that. Like at
Mhm.
the end of the day, you just got to put yourself out there, and hopefully it spreads. And that's what
Yes.
That's what I do. That's what I want to do. That's what I hope to represent. That it just pulls somebody in and be like, oh, hey, they do that. Come on here.
Carbon, you are.
Well, you
You
have,
are.
Yeah,
and
you
You are
you
doing good.
have,
very
yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
instrumental
I
in
agree.
showing people
100 right there, bro.
across your
Run
channel.
100.
It's, and
That's
I would
right.
love
Yeah.
to see more of you being represented
Yeah,
out, like for
yeah.
real.
Cause I
Right,
ain't
right.
seen you in a while myself. Yeah.
But
Travelers, gardeners, and your two-way people. My two-way
Mhm.
family. I just want more of that represented because those
Mhm.
are our rights. Those are
Mhm.
a way for us to survive. I just want to see people being able to take care of their families and being
yep.
able to
Mhm.
see each other and not doing all this crazy stuff. At the end of the day, it's too much going on.
Mhm.
We get sidetracked with a lot of stuff. Listen, we know racism exists. We know
Right.
some people out there that that's what they do, and then there's some people that don't do it. So at the end of the day, I
Mhm.
treat people how you treat me, and that's how it's going to
Mhm.
be on this
And that's
channel.
the way it is.
How I deal with people. So
Get with like-minded
Yes, ma'am.
individuals. It doesn't matter what they look like.
I don't
No.
Mhm.
exclude people because I've seen and I know what it can how it makes a person feel. So at the end of the day, that's not something that I want to do. If you want to talk about prepping and stuff that's going to make
Mhm.
better people, I'm all with it. All that extra stuff you can like go that way with it. I'm not interested, but I'm good.
But look, I'm gonna tell you what I learned a lot from
Stop.
on survival. I learned a lot from survival watching Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, you'd be.
Even when you had what's his name on your program, I learned a lot from the people when they're out there in them woods.
I
Mhm.
You
love those
know.
primitive technology videos, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Man,
but this every day that comes on T Naked and
video
Afraid come on
real.
every Sunday, baby. Come on
yeah.
every Sunday,
Well,
Right,
and
and
right.
I watch
that
it.
be on
You know.
YouTube 24/7.
Well,
Mhm.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
But
Yeah.
See,
they both good resources, is my point.
Mhm. Yep.
yeah,
Good
yeah,
resources.
because see, I done learned how to set traps up. I ain't set one up myself, but I didn't learn how to do it.
Remember the show Survivor?
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah,
Survivor
survival. Yeah,
probably got a
yeah,
lot of people starting to think then, like, oh, what if I gotta get up?
yeah. With that barefoot guy, kind of.
Survivor Man too. Les Strauss,
Yeah, I
Survivor
watched
Man.
it.
I
Mm-hmm.
watched all
Yeah,
of his stuff. Yeah. And I think
yeah.
there's something yearning in all of us and anybody as a prepper that it's like, man, we got to get more self reliant. Like you
Yep.
start
Got to,
really
bro.
analyzing everything, and it's like, and you have a lot of preppers like, okay, we got to figure out how to prep power. We need to have power once everything. Really ask yourself, why do you need power? We had civilizations that lived without
See,
electricity.
that's how I think.
You know what I mean? Like the power, to me, the power is
Mhm.
the downfall of civilization. To me, that's black magic, but that's just me because I go out there. But
Right, right,
electricity
right.
itself, it has been the demise of the human race. I mean, yeah, we can communicate. I mean, we can do
Mhm.
a whole lot more. But at the end of the day, we have lost our being self reliant as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mhm.
Virginia Pepper just said, everyone check out hashtag Operation Pocketbook 10/31/22, a day of no participate. Oh my God. Participate.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm trying to say. On YouTube, social media, because of the way they try and suppress us. They're initiated by Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Thank you, Virginia Bushcrafter. I did not know
Hey.
that. But now we
Oh,
do.
that'd
We
be cool. Yeah.
spread to all the other preppers
Mhm.
as well.
Mhm.
Um, I'm tired, y'all. I'm so sorry. I
Yeah, that's okay. You go ahead and get some rest, baby.
can't even
Yeah.
pronounce the words right, but at the end of the day, I appreciate everybody in the chat, on panel,
Yep.
the
Yep.
Thank you
do
for having us, babe.
information.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
thank you.
Yep.
the video and y'all can continue the conversation. I gotta go lay down. I'm so tired right now. I'm so sorry. I got a headache.
That's okay. We're going to get some rest. I gotta get some rest too. I'm up at 2 o'clock every
Wow,
morning
wow.
helping. So
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna
I
piggyback
feel
off
you.
of this stuff, Carbon Q, if you don't mind. I'm gonna piggyback off of it
Nope,
and see
not
if
at
we
all.
can't give
Yeah.
them some real. I want to give them something tangible. Like I said from earlier, I mean, we can give them 1,000 bottles of water. It's not gonna fix nothing.
That's
But if
not.
we can teach one household to filter their water and use the water they already have,
Mm-hmm.
I think that right there should be on the prepping community, like us. If we know how to help, then we should be able to help. So hopefully,
Look,
we'll get something good going.
even
That's
those in
right.
the chat, please piggyback.
Yep. Constitutional Partner, you are absolutely welcome. Anytime you want
Okay.
to hop on and talk about it, please do because he's right there in Mississippi as well. And sending prayers to all our Mississippi people out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're praying for y'all and we're gonna try to do something to help y'all. Just we
That's
got
right.
some stuff to do, okay?
That's right. That's right. We
Hold
love the
tight.
Mississippi folks. So we
Hold
from
tight.
there. Okay.
Thanks, Triple. Bye everybody. See you
All right.
later.
God bless.
Love
God
y'all.
bless you all.
Love
All right,
conversation.
one.
Thank you, Carbon Q. Later,
Feel,
y'all.
Thank you,
feel so
Carbon.
All
nice.
right, one, brother. Take care,
Salute,
Carvin.
sis.
All right, man.
All right, bye bye.
Dang, she done left me in the live. You see that, y'all? She done left. Somebody call that girl up. She done left me on the live. I was getting ready to hit the button and realized she didn't end the live before she actually left. So now she gonna turn it into the whole ghetto show. She's not gonna like what I got to say now. All right, y'all. This is a revolution. We need to get together. Oh, well, I'm just
Bye.
all right, bye, Miss Garvin.
Later. Bye, everybody.